favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Level up your summer projects with 4th of July savings on top brand cordless power tools from the Home Depot. Whether you're working on a fence, a planter box, or a new workbench, get the power and runtime you need with the Ryobi One Plus 18-volt 2 toolkit from the Home Depot for only $99, was $139. Get 4th of July savings on the cordless power you need to make summer projects easier than ever. Right now at the Home Depot.
Let's go. It's time for Sedano and Kap.
A little sabor. And we're going to just nosh.
It is George Sedano. It is Scott Kaplan. Sedano and Kap is on for your Thursday afternoon.
I'm going to have to say respectfully, I'm going to disagree.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
Here we go, the Thursday, July 3rd edition of the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover, Sedano and Kap, on this 4th of July week as we get ready to kick off the weekend. It's already begun for some. Be safe on those roads, all that traffic, getting to the market, getting to Costco, getting ready, maybe getting the propane. Beto Duran, the Cisco kid, sitting in for Cappy, who doesn't stop texting or emailing. He's got such FOMO. Who else will have FOMO in the NBA? Because DeAndre Ayton's now a Laker. Is that good or bad? We'll talk about it more. Kershaw gets his 3,000th strikeout last night. And Chavez Ravine, a feat we may never see again. Plus, the usual fun and frivolity. Producer Lindsay Baseball's here. Funchie lover.
Oh.
I'm on with Sedano.
Followers.
Maliava, because I thought it was like I'm a leaving.
A duck butt. What is that?
Well, apparently, Funchie on the street at the Anime Convention in downtown LA. That could be fun and festive. Producer D, Young D, plus the social team in the back. Let's get to it. The LA Afternoon Drive Takeover.
A Jerusalem cherry. He likes to lay the wood.
Yeah.
You say Kikuchi.
Wacky forced radio stunt of the year.
Christopher can go to hell.
Oh, nothing worse than the horse.
Nah, man, black don't crack.
Benjamin Pratt is like,
How do you say his name? Asminger?
Asperger. Hey, these hard knocks guys are all over me right now. It's like I'm in back in Dayton.
You are a bit killer.
Because you got to talk about sperm?
I mean, look at me. I'm a hot piece of ass. I mean, look at him.
Well, man, I didn't know they come up on the glass like that.
Like a French bread, do you eat the butt?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, me too.
I don't.
Yeah. So, do you guys,
You eat that butt.
I love it. The heel, the butt.
Sedano and Kap, 4th of July, Thursday, the 3rd of July, right now.
Momo's in the house. Our open keeps getting long. Soon we won't have a segment. I'm okay with that option.
I'm running out of air
It's okay.
for the air drums.
Yeah.
Because I can't just air drum it, I have to make a sound.
Yeah, you got to make the sound.
Okay, so you're the host here,
I
and
am.
I am in the Cappy chair.
Yeah.
And I want to ask how you would like me to
You be
act.
you.
You want me to be Momo, or you want me to be the Cappy role?
Be
or
whatever you want to be.
Okay, well, let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
I did a regular training session and a hot yoga session, so I might be a little loopy. Let's see.
go.
Let's see what happens.
Let's go. I like that. See, I'm in on that. We'll spin the wheel of Momo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird is good.
We have weird fun.
And I haven't had a lot of carbs today. I mean, it's going to be...
I mean, Funchie's going to be at the anime convention in a little bit.
I
so.
saw people walking
here.
around. I was like...
Listen, those people look like they're having a blast.
Yes.
And I'm low-key jealous. I want to dress up and hang out with them.
I can see all of that.
I was once a Pikachu for Halloween.
I can see that. Were you ever Mikhail Gorbachev like me?
No.
Wait,
can't say
really?
Can't say I was.
I was
Why
a
did you
little
choose
weirdo.
to be the prime minister of the Soviet Union?
I don't know. I was into masks when I was a kid. Like,
Okay.
I thought it was
Oh,
cool.
so you were a kid?
Yeah, I was a kid. I was like...
I thought this was
afraid.
at least as an adult as like a funny goof.
Like, I thought I mean, it was funny. I don't think it was a goof.
Yeah.
I was in elementary school. We all used to get dressed up for Halloween, and I would go to like the costume store, and I would always pick out some kind of cool mask. And I was like I'm kind of a nerd, right? Like
Yeah.
I watch the Weather Channel. I watch the
I
news.
love the Weather Channel.
Yeah, I watched the news.
Yeah.
So I think George W. Bush was it was
it
the older Bush.
No, it might have been Reagan, to be
No,
honest.
at the time, I was older Bush.
Okay.
Because I remember I would
George
go to
H.W.,
people's...
Herbert Walker.
Herbert Walker.
Yeah.
So I would go to people. I was George H.W.
Yeah.
And I wore like my dad's suit, and I
Not
put
gonna
the
do
mask.
it. Not
and
gonna
I went up
raise
to
your taxes.
And I said, no new taxes. And I did
yeah.
a whole. I was like 8. I mean, really.
Dana Carvey used to do a great George
He was so good.
H.W. Bush.
He was so good.
Yeah.
But like, what kind of kid does that?
It's funny. That's why he ended up at Stanford.
I guess. I don't know. My parents let me do that every time.
I'm going to Stanford soon.
Yeah?
I'm going to go. I think they're going to connect me with Andrew Luck.
Are we going to get a new AD anytime soon? I thought it was happening soon, but it hasn't.
Yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, you got a head coach, sort of.
Okay.
Frank Reich. I mean,
He
the
was
guy
in the
coached
NFL.
in the NFL.
Yeah.
And he was good.
Yeah, he was Andrew Luck's coach.
Right. So at least
that
for
was
a year.
That was an inside deal there.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But I'm going up there. I like going to the farm.
I do too.
It's a beautiful campus.
I know. You see why I would like to go there.
Yeah.
Everywhere else I went was cold and rainy.
Yeah.
And I was like,
really?
This is beautiful.
Softball was cold and rainy
well,
everywhere?
I had 2 back east. Okay, so the other schools I thought about were Michigan.
Yeah.
I took a recruiting trip there.
Yeah, well, very cold
I
and
took
rainy.
a trip to Harvard and Yale.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cold, gray, Harvard.
Yeah.
Yale's like
Listen,
the Gothic statues, and it was a cold. All that.
3 years I spent in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. It
Yeah.
basically January through April, the only color you see is gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the campus is gray. I'm
Yeah.
like, we're going to do gray on top of gray.
Yeah.
And then the other one was Cal. And I was like, it's cold and rainy here. I don't
Yeah.
want to. I don't like it
The
here.
farm is a little better.
Yeah, it's
a
nice.
little
We're on the
more
peninsula.
south, right?
Yeah, we're on the peninsula.
A little more inland, too.
People are happy there.
Yeah.
We ride our bikes. And
Yeah.
We have.
You guys ever been to the farm?
I have not, no.
Yeah, it's
We're in the
it's a
foothills.
beautiful campus.
Yeah, it's
beautiful campus.
Yeah, you should go. It's like the world's
Why is
largest
it called
Taco
the
Bell.
farm?
I mean, it's
It's kind of a farm.
kind of like I don't know. I mean,
It's a
just
lot of land.
Yeah, it's a big campus. Like that's why we all have to ride bikes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you could drive your car, but that's stupid.
And
you
people
can't get
are nice.
anywhere in your car.
People are generally nice there,
Yeah.
I would say. The student body even fairly friendly.
Yeah, friendly,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
And they're a little kooky. We got a band and
Yeah.
stuff, and they jump in
You got a
fountains.
tree?
And, yeah, I got a tree. They make a weird costume.
There's a
every
girl
year.
tree now, too?
There have been girl trees before.
Yeah.
You have to audition to be the tree.
Okay.
And it's kind of like pledging a fraternity. You just got to do all these weird tricks all over, and then
You can't just have anyone be the tree.
yeah, it's a big. Lindsay, I feel like if you were at Stanford, you'd probably try out to be the tree.
I always wanted to be Brutus the Buckeye.
Yeah.
Be good.
That would fit you.
It's really hot.
Do you
in those
know?
things,
Oh
though.
my gosh, I know.
At my high school, do you know?
That might be the worst thing to want to be as the
Exactly.
mascot. Like you are, especially if you do like anything in the summer.
Yeah.
Like any of the sports because
Like
football
footballs.
at least starts in the when it's really hot still.
Yeah.
You know?
But then when it's winter, then you're like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, this thing is warm."
Yeah, it's nice.
But the tree costume is new every year.
Yeah.
The person who wins the tree, their job over
Oh,
the
new
summer
tree every year.
is to make their
Oh.
own tree costume.
What?
Yeah.
They have to make it?
It's like an arts and crafts project.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So some of them have been. They look fairly breathable, like the mesh and the
The football though, you want to talk about some of
See,
the
we're talking about the tree because we don't need to talk about our football team
well,
that much.
what I would say is the athletic facilities there
Yeah.
are as nice as any I've ever seen anywhere.
So I got to throw out the first pitch for the softball team this year
Mm-hmm.
in the football stadium because they're building us a new softball stadium.
Yeah.
So this
Football
year,
stadium's a little sleepy.
I think it's awesome. Well, it's only sleep because no one goes. to
Nobody
the games.
goes. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
no,
it's
they
a
played
beautiful
they
arena.
played
It's a
Super
beautiful
Bowl there.
campus, yeah.
1984, Niners Dolphins.
It's a different. It was,
the
rebuilt.
different. No, right. I'm saying, but on those grounds.
Yeah, so I'll tell you. Look, we're gonna do some college stories. Okay, we used to run on those stairs in the old football stadium, and those were like it was a big, grand old stadium, like
Yeah.
the Rose Bowl. Like
Yeah.
it was the
Right.
Stanford
It
Stadium.
was
used
a
to have
bowl.
100,000 people.
Yeah. Now it looks more like a traditional stadium.
There's like 30,000 seats.
Right.
Because we can't fill it up.
No, but I'm saying it's not necessarily like a bowl in the round like
Yeah,
the Coliseum or the Rose Bowl. It actually has like sections.
Yeah. So now, if you were running the stairs, it would be quite hard.
Yeah.
Because like usually when you run it, DeAndre, you know that like when you run in a football stadium, like
Yeah.
a grand like the Coliseum, they're not that steep.
Right.
But when you run it in a real stadium, when it's kind of small, you know, that'd be a more of a buns workout.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would feel that. But it's a beautiful stadium. I like it. It bums me out that we can't fill the stadium, but it's also like last year they were like sending out ticket advances like, "Hey, come watch us play Virginia Tech." And we're like,
I did a
okay.
game there where they won as a 21.5 point underdog against Louisville, who's like a legit really good team.
I mean, we usually get it together.
Yeah.
But it's just hard because there's not a big student population.
Yeah.
Most people move away after college.
You do the quarter system too. That doesn't help
Quarter
football.
system. I
Yeah.
know we don't start until. I was always a sad kid. Quarter system.
Yeah.
It starts like in the middle of September.
Yeah.
And so all my friends would leave in August, and I would just sit there for
Hang
like
out.
the last month
Yeah.
with no one to hang out with and no one to do anything with.
Right.
It's really a bummer.
Yeah.
And then
But you still went to Stanford. It worked out.
Yeah,
pretty
it worked
well.
out okay.
Yeah.
It worked out okay. It was good.
Hey, So I know everybody wants to hear your thoughts on basketball because there's a lot of stuff going on, including the Lakers getting involved in this potential mega 7-team deal.
Let's think about that. How many teams are in the league?
So I believe the biggest trade in NBA history has had 5, which included, which is when right after Shaq got traded to the Lakers, Miami did a trade where they got Gary Payton, Antoine Walker, Jason Williams, James Posey, and there were 5 teams involved in that one. And that to this day, I believe in 2005 is still the biggest trade in NBA history.
You know what I'm saying?
So think about it. There's 7 teams and there's 30 teams in the league, which means that is a little less than 1/4.
Yeah.
It's in between 1/4 and 1/5 of the league.
Right. It's a lot.
It's a lot of teams.
Yeah.
It's like a whole conference.
But you might as well
It's a whole division.
You might as well get in. So on the other side, what we'll do is this. We'll talk about how the Lakers are trying to get in on that particular deal. They're basically trying to get something for Dorian Finney-Smith.
Yeah, they should. They should try to get something for him.
They absolutely should. It would be.
I mean, look, if they could end up with Cam Whitmore. I mean, the Rockets
a nice
waived,
young player.
The Rockets waived Jock Landale. That's a center. They could grab him, and that wouldn't be part of the trade. But
I mean,
Cam Whitmore's a good player.
But let's get into some of that stuff. And
he also has the same agent as Luka. I'm just
some of the Bill Duffy, right? And DeAndre Ayton for that matter too. Yeah. So let's get in the weeds a little bit on that because this 7-team deal I think could potentially benefit.
Would they make
the Lakers.
8?
What?
Would the Lakers make 7 or would the Lakers make 8?
They're part of the 7, which is still the biggest.
We need to get one more in there. That would be like what if we got 10 in there? 1/3 of the league.
Yeah.
It's part of this trade.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just picturing the fax machines in Secaucus, New Jersey.
Yeah. I wonder how you get 7 though. Is my question though. It feels like it should be an even number, but I guess not.
Nah, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Everybody's got 3 ways. It's like the Tetris thing.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into the details of that on the other side. Let's get a little deeper on what you're hearing about the DeAndre Ayton from around the league as you've canvassed the league, as they say. And then I do want to get into Kershaw. You started to kind of allude to some of that. I want to get into Kershaw and just kind of what he means, et cetera. And how impactful, honestly, he needs to be in this season when there's a lot of stuff going on. So we'll get into that. Momo's in the house today, 710 ESPN.
And Clayton gets 3,000.
The ravine rises, ready to erupt.
Welcome to Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the industry's idea of a healthier tomorrow, where vapes are deemed safer. Never mind, they can contain cancer-causing arsenic and lead. And they're anti-aging, because you're more likely to die younger from a stroke. In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the deadliest industry can rebrand itself as your friend.
Pack your summer with awe and awesome at SeaWorld San Diego. Get real close to over 9,000 animals. Discover the all-new Jewels of the Sea, the Jellyfish Experience. Race at unreal speeds across 16,000 feet of coaster track. Make summer spectacular with stunt shows, star-studded concerts, fireworks, and the reimagined Journey to Atlantis. Now through September 1st, visit SeaWorldSanDiego.com to save up to 55% on tickets, fun cards, and passes during the 4th of July sale. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100 higher guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
And it is Sedano and Kap here Thursday afternoon, 4th of July weekend beginning. Happy birthday to Olivia Munn. She turns 45.
Love
and
him,
Tom
Olivia
Cruise turns 63 based on box office. Maybe one of the greatest actors of all time, if not the greatest. Of course, producer Lindsay and I love him in Vanilla Sky, but let's play a song from one of his other major hits, shall we? Like this one. Sedano and Kap with Beto continues your Thursday afternoon right now.
Way to the bench. So,
I
okay,
was
raise your
flipping.
hand if you're Top Gun original or Top Gun the new one.
Oh,
the
I
remake.
mean, which one's better, you're saying?
Yeah. Which one's better? Original.
Yeah, I think the original's better.
You know, I haven't seen any of the Top Guns.
Oh, man.
It's not, I would say it's easy, good action is what I would call it. Yeah.
They're all good.
Yeah. There's supposed to be a third one, though. I don't get that.
Well, I get it, why they would make it.
They say
it's like the final chapter.
I mean, come on.
It's never the final chapter.
I mean,
it's the final chapter until like 10 years later when they want to make some more money.
He reconciled with Goose's son. What else does he need to do?
Did he get back together with the...
Yeah, the girl at the end.
Yeah, but it was not Kelly McGillis.
Right, but of course,
because
it's
they
a
were like,
different
oh,
person.
she doesn't look as cool anymore.
Well, Kelly McGillis also, was not, this was like a different woman, a completely different character.
I know.
Yeah. So.
I don't know. They can come up with something.
Yeah.
They come up with a story.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to the theater for that one, for 3.
I don't go to see for much of anything.
I did go for 2.
No, I saw it at home.
Yeah, no. No, I feel like that's one of those movies because
that's a
of
theater movie.
Yeah, because of the like the sound and just all that stuff. Like you want to hear that, experience that in the theater. Yeah, for sure.
They introduced new characters. I was into it.
I will go see the new Superman.
Okay.
Yeah, in the
When's
theater.
that coming out?
Like in a week.
Oh yeah, that's the one where they had Jason Tatum do the commercial and then he tore his Achilles and they had to like stop running that commercial.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, that is a bummer.
It's just stuff you can't
Kobe
avoid.
nailed it, by the way. AAU was going to ruin basketball. He nailed that a long time ago.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I mean, is that what's causing
It's a
these
wear and tear
injuries?
thing.
You think so?
Of course, these kids are
Kevin
playing.
Garnett was on the podcast talking about these guys need to train their calves. They need to do calf raises.
No, they're playing 5 and 6 games a weekend.
Did you hear him?
DeAndre could attest to this.
I find that sound because
convinced.
that's ridiculous. You got to do calf raises.
find
No, when I was playing AAU,
you don't think they're doing calf raises?
we were legit playing. Like, I would play a game on Friday night. I'll play one game there. And then depending on how you do in that game leads into the bracket, we're legit playing 2 to 3 games on Saturday. And if you make it to the championship, that's another game on Sunday.
Right, so you're talking about 4 or 5 games.
And especially if you're playing 2 to 3 in one day, it is a lot. And
It's
then,
too much.
depending on what type of player you are, too, you're playing the whole game in that as well. Like, it's a lot.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
I think we may have reached the boundaries of our physical capabilities.
Yeah, I would agree. By the way, A-Rod says the same thing.
Like in pitching, that's why all the arms are breaking.
A-Rod says the same thing about baseball, is that these
There's
kids...
no way that I'm copying A-Rod's take.
There's no AAU in baseball, but club baseball has ruined kids by the time they get to the majors.
I just think that you should...
Or college even.
Like, when I grew up, there were very few people who threw 100 miles an hour. It was like Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right? Other people, like if you were like low 90s, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
And now everybody throws 100 miles an hour starting at age 16.
Right.
Like your arm's not ready for that.
And then the movement.
Yeah, and the movement and certain pitches and like I think we've just pushed it about as far as they can go. So now we need some bionic stuff.
Right.
We need like bionic ligaments, bionic.
Dr. Clapper's going to join us at 4:45. You want to ask him about bionic ligaments?
I think my theory. I think my theory that we have pushed the human body to the limit.
That's a great first question.
To its limits.
Let's ask him.
And that's why we're having all these injuries.
4:45. How are you?
Look at me.
How are you?
That's a hot take for a Effort Friday.
But
it's not a Friday, but it feels like one.
It does feel like an Effort Friday.
Okay.
But Kobe and A-Rod have said at different times, like all this youth sports expansion has ruined guys way too early. Like there's kids in high school getting Tommy John.
I know.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Like nobody. I knew people who had ACLs.
Right.
I knew like
sure, but that could happen to anybody.
Yeah, you're playing soccer, you land
Whatever.
wrong. Yeah.
That's a more natural injury.
Yeah.
Like that's not a wear and tear. That's just you fall wrong sometimes.
Yeah, it's weird. So my son plays t-ball.
Right.
He's not really that into it. Okay.
Right.
But all these other kids on this team are so into it, and they're all signing up for all-stars.
Right.
And I'm like, wait, they're like 5.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing all-stars right now? We're playing tournaments, and they're going to play all summer and practice 3 hours in a day. And
No, that's too much for that
They're
age.
like 5 or 6 years old. What are we doing?
Our kids never practice more than an hour.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be fun.
And they're having fun.
Yeah, I just think it's too much too early.
Yes.
And like the coach, I mean, I don't know if this is true. Okay, somebody told me that the guy was going to coach the All-Star team, he was like watching film. Because they have that.
I will not reveal. I will not reveal. But you know this person is all I'll say.
Okay.
But I will not
can already
reveal.
guess.
I will
I can
not
already
reveal
guess.
who this person is.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You and I have this person in common, is what
Okay.
I would say.
Okay.
But this person, because of his children, has gone to scout other kids.
Mike Trudell.
I'm not going to reveal who it is. Has gone to scout other kids before their kids play.
I could see that. How old are these kids? Are they under 10?
No.
Okay, over 10 I think is acceptable.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't do it myself.
Right.
But under 10, I mean, I'm talking about they have like a camera behind the dugout, and this is like, T-ball. Like most kids can't even hit the coach pitch yet.
Right. Yeah.
Like they're watching they're watching back the other team's games.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
Like,
At that level,
that's ridiculous.
At T-ball is ridiculous. First of all, you shouldn't. I mean, but I'm just telling you. Like, I know parents who do that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I mean, listen, I play college softball. Of course, I want my son to be like shortstop for the Dodgers. Of course.
Right.
Or more like center field. But like,
if he's not into it, he's not into it. Right.
I think my younger one is. He's lefty.
Oh, there you go.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Like
Yeah.
every time he throws
Mateo's
it lefty, and I'm like, ooh, all right.
Yeah.
We got a pitcher.
Right.
Or a sharpshooter.
Careful, because
Yeah.
then you're going to end up getting him Tommy John in
No,
junior high.
I won't let him do that. I won't
Okay.
let him do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold him back.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I held Daniel back. I was like, "You're going to be the biggest kid in class." We both have kids that were older.
Right. My kid was a TK kid.
Yeah, we're born
Late September. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine.
we're born a week apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into this 7-team deal because I feel like the Mongols
Yeah,
in the
I know,
YouTube
yeah,
chat
yeah.
are going to be like, all right, enough of your kids.
I know,
And
I know.
enough of youth sports. So, all right. 7-team
That was a
deal.
fantastic drop right there.
17. That's how they sound to me in my head. 7-team deal. Okay. Lakers are in this 7-team deal. Basically, what's transpired is everybody who's made a deal this offseason wants to get involved to get something for their guy
there's a
that they lost.
moratorium, so
Right.
none of these contracts, these free agent agreements, can be signed until July 6th. I think it is.
Right.
Which is tomorrow. No, Sunday.
And it all stems from the Kevin Durant situation.
Okay.
Okay, that was like he is patient zero.
Patient zero.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yes, he is the epicenter.
So this is Phoenix going to Houston.
Correct.
All right.
And then it's just been opening up.
Atlanta's in this.
Right. Atlanta, the Suns, the Rockets, the Knicks, the Grizzlies, the Lakers. Yeah, there's a bunch of teams in there. So anyway, the Lakers, the story is, out of the Athletic, is that they want Cam Whitmore, who I believe was the 20th pick in the draft, somewhere around there.
He's great.
Yes, I would say.
I don't think they're going to get him because they wouldn't put him in the Durant deal.
Right.
But they have to cut a player now. Houston has too many guys.
I would hesitate to say great, as someone who's seen him play.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He's a defensive guard.
Right. I actually think offensively he's got a good arsenal. I just think that I think his biggest challenge, and I think this is a young guy thing, is he doesn't he could do a better job of playing a more team version of offensive basketball.
I agree with that. So here's my sense for him. He was supposed to be a much higher pick. He fell to the Rockets in like the 20s somewhere.
Yeah.
He was like
I
the
believe
guy.
it was
20.
20.
It was 20. It was
20, yeah. And he sort of fell for some, I don't know why. There was I forget
think it
the
was
reason.
I think if I recall correctly, it was just kind of like they didn't like some of his interviews or whatever
something
with
like
teams,
that.
something
And
like
then
that.
he had a couple of really good games early. Wasn't he great at Summer League? I think he was great at Summer League.
I did
that
those
year.
games, yeah.
So he is, to me, the classic young player who can do a lot more, but because of where he's drafted and the team he's on, he doesn't get many opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So when you come in the game, you have a choice.
And he's also been passed by
Right.
other younger guys.
By other younger guys.
Yeah.
So when you come in the game, you have a choice. Are you going to run what the team is running and just play your role and then maybe get 2 shots in those minutes that you have, or are you going to try to make an impact? And a lot of times young guys, they don't know how to play their role. They just try to go make an impact. And that can be frustrating on a team that's as good as Houston is or that wants to be as good as Houston is.
So that is what most normal young guys want to do in the NBA.
By the way, Phoenix wanted him in the Durant deal.
They want to get their numbers. They want to get paid, etc.
He hasn't been established himself.
It's why I marvel at what OKC's been able to do with such a young roster, that the guys understand the pecking order. And it's a testament to them as an organization. I know the mongrels in the YouTube chat are going to be like, you're going to talk about OKC again? Yes, they're the champs. So you kind of have to talk about them.
That's actually an excellent point, because when you have, they've had a lot of lottery picks. They're not always top of the lottery, but they're from 10 to 14. They've had a lot of those kind of guys. Yeah. And most of the time when you get drafted that high, when you're Case and Wallace, he was like 11 or something, right?
Yeah. J-Dub was like 13.
Yeah, those guys, those kind of guys, they don't want to just sit back and focus on defense.
Right.
And maybe get a 3 if you're open. They want to go get theirs. They want to establish themselves in the league. But OKC does a really good job of, everybody gets their shots and they know it's going to come back around to them. And the way they play, they don't have to be selfish.
Yeah, Shea eats first, but he's going to make sure everybody eats too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, they draft a certain skill set and character.
Yeah. Well, they are big on personality.
Yeah.
And not just personality, like the family, the friend groups, they do a lot of extensive research on that. Presti is big on that stuff.
Yeah, he has I think he has a dossier basically on every player in America.
Like Jalen Williams' parents are military people.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like they want to know who you hang out with, what your habits are, what your family's like how'd you grow. And it doesn't. Nothing is a disqualifying thing. It's
just they want to know.
Matters.
Yeah, they do think it does matter for sure. All right.
So the Lakers want to get in on Cam. They want Cam Whitmore.
But I want to preface this by saying that yes, they want to get in on Cam Whitmore. I think he's a good buy low candidate, and Houston's going to have to give him up at some point.
And also, they don't have anybody on their bench right now.
They don't have space either for him.
Yeah, there's no room.
So at some point they're going to have to give him up. Now my question is, what else would they want potentially, like in that scenario? And they don't have to play ball. You know what I mean? Like they don't need to do it.
Right. Dorian Finney-Smith is theirs.
This is the Lakers wanting to get involved.
The Rockets have another guy they can cut. So they've already cut Jock Landale to make room. Yeah. There's another guy they could cut theoretically.
Right.
And why would you want to help the Lakers?
Correct. So the Lakers are, again, this is not like a done deal by any stretch of the imagination, because as you could attest better than anyone, it's hard to do 1-for-1 trades.
Yeah.
When you're involving 7 teams, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's almost like trying to figure out the Matrix.
Yeah, but we got AI and stuff from.
Yeah, that's true. ChatGPT can just do it for us.
Yeah. Let's ask ChatGPT if he can figure it out.
ChatGPT, could you do this 7-team deal for us? All right, real quick. Let's get in. Yeah, there you go. There's ChatGPT doing their work.
The Lakers just have to fill out their roster. They need some guys.
They do need bodies. So let's get on that on the other side. Let's also get into Kershaw's night last night. And kind of what it means moving forward for the Dodgers. But let me tell you first, 4th of July, Momo, is tomorrow. Holiday leads to busy day on the roads. There was a lot of people on the road now, no doubt. And in general, our friend Jacob wants everyone to be extra careful. So if you get into an accident, okay, even this weekend, call him at 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew here at 710 Cent. Yeah. It's a big day for people to spend time in the water with their family, et cetera. And if you unfortunately get injured, maybe even on a boat, right, or some sort of watercraft, you may have rights to recover damages from your injury there, too. So let's not forget about that. So remember to call Jacob, even if it's an accident on the water, okay? Slip or fall, you name it, whatever it is, 844-24-JACOB. Tell them Sedano, Mason, and the crew here at 710 Cent. Yeah. If you're injured tonight, tomorrow, Jacob and his team, they don't take time off. They're available whenever you need them. Call Jacob and his team. They'll handle the details so you can go back to enjoying the holiday. Jacob offers free consultations, and you don't pay a penny unless he wins your case. So remember, a lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Man, you call Jacob, he'll win for you. So call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB, or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Saturday,
It's a showdown deep in the heart of Texas. LAFC invade Q2 Stadium for a Western Conference battle with Austin FC.
LAFC!
Can the black and gold grab all 3 points on the road? LAFC face off with Austin FC. Pre-match coverage starts Saturday at 5 p.m. On the home of the black and gold, 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you're ready to upgrade your driving experience, you gotta go and check out what's happening at Cadillac and their incredible new lineup of state-of-the-art EVs, sedans, and SUVs. And hey, look, there's no better place to experience the luxury of Cadillac than at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out Cadillac of Beverly Hills and their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, commissions, open houses, or costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, "Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free." Call 888-39 or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
And it is Sedano and Kap here Thursday afternoon, the 3rd of July. Happy Chocolate Wafer Day. Will there be chocolate wafers at your 4th of July celebration? Who knows? And on this day back in 1993, the #1 R&B hit SWV, Weak. Sedano and Kap continues your Thursday afternoon with Beto right now.
Oh, I get weak in the knees. Come on now.
He knows our era.
Yeah. Well, it's also based on, like, on this day. Like, you know, so.
All right, okay.
Yeah. So, little SWV week, 1993. DeAndre, what were you, like, 2?
Oh, wait, when did it come out?
93?
Wasn't even born yet.
Damn.
Oh, that's rough.
What you know about SWV?
Oh, I know about
Oh,
that.
Pops is playing this?
Mom's playing this in the house. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
This was like every slow dance in
Junior high for me.
what,
It's a banger.
93? Yeah,
Yeah.
93, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be junior high.
Middle school, yeah. It was junior high when I went
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it wasn't middle school back then. So,
I went to a middle school.
yeah.
6 to 8, grade 6 to 8.
Yeah, it was 6 to 8,
Yeah.
yes. But it wasn't called middle school. It was called junior high. No, it was, for me, it was actually 7 and 8.
Oh,
Junior
yeah.
high was only 7 and 8.
Yeah, you still had elementary school. for
Elementary
6.
was 6th, right, yeah.
I still kind of think it should be.
I agree.
I think 6 that year is pretty
Dude,
rough.
yeah, like 6th grade is middle school now, and it's, yeah, I just feel like it's such a weird age, like 11.
It is.
Yeah. You're not
I
like
didn't
old
like middle
enough.
school.
You're not old enough to be like the older kids. You're and
Yeah.
you don't want to be like the baby. It's
Yeah, I
tough.
mean, maybe a 6th grade, I don't want to hang out with kindergartners. You know, at Daniel's preschool, they have at elementary, they have the buddy class.
Yeah.
Like the kindergarten has a buddy class.
Yeah.
So they were with the
Usually
4th graders this year.
Usually they do that in the elementary school we go
Yeah.
to. They partner kindergartners with like 2nd graders, and then like
Yeah.
2nd with like 4th graders, and
He
like
got
stuff
a kindergarten,
like
got 4th grade. It was kind of cute.
that. Oh, that is cute.
And he thought he was like really good friends with the 4th grade. I'm like, I guarantee you, the kid does not.
Yeah, he just
One.
thinks you're cute.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. All right, so let's do this. So Cam Whitmore, we kind of started to touch on it real
Yeah.
quick. Look, I think that he is a dynamic offensive player, and what we questioned already is if he can play in the team concept. That's kind of the big question for him. But he is an explosive player off the dribble. I think worth a flyer if you can get it. But the problem is, again, the Rockets don't have to include the Lakers here.
Right. There's what's the incentive?
This is the Lakers knocking at the door going, hey, can we get in on this party?
I don't think they're just going to throw him in for a couple second-round picks.
Well, they only have 1 second they can trade.
I mean, it's not.
That's part of the problem.
Yeah,
and you're
so
not trading a first for Cam Whitmore.
So who's on the roster that they can trade? Who
I don't know what Cam Whitmore
we put
makes.
up the Lakers roster yesterday, and I was like,
It's
ooh,
not good.
man.
Right on TV, remember how bad it
Yeah,
looked?
we were like, ooh, who else is going to play?
Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of minutes there for Bronny there.
Yeah.
But if you're the Lakers and you mean what you're saying with Cam Whitmore as far as he struggles, not really playing not playing off the ball and stuff like that, like the Lakers already had problems last season when their offense got real stagnant. They were watching LeBron go one-on-one. They're watching Luka Doncic go one-on-one or Austin Reeves go one-on-one. Yeah. And Cam Whitmore, if his role is going to be, okay, we need you to move off the ball a little bit more, like how would he be able to fit with that Lakers unit then?
I don't know. I think that if you're getting Cam Whitmore, it's really more, I think, for the future. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Well, it's also just like he is a very good defensive player, and he's somebody. I mean,
he's strong and aggressive. Yes.
But I think they're just gonna have to play some kids, which is a little daunting, right? I mean, the guy they got in the second round, Adu Thiero, like he might have to play.
No, he's not ready to play.
He might have to play, George. Who else they got on the wing?
Well, if they get Cam Whitmore, that'll be the guy who plays in the wing.
Yeah, he's ahead of him.
Yeah.
Adu Thiero shot what, 26% from three?
No, he shot 29% on jumpers.
Oh,
period.
on jumpers.
Yeah, that wasn't from
PJ.
three.
I heard PJ on the broadcast.
29% from jumpers on jumpers.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's
that you can't play that kid right away.
No.
Yeah, that kid's playing on South Bay Lakers.
Ooh, yeah. They I mean.
Oh my God!
I think they were good at being disciplined, but I just think that the filling out the roster with a lot more things, with a lot more players, is got to be a priority.
Oh no,
now.
and I think you need to find some more veterans.
But we don't have clarity yet on LeBron.
We don't.
We don't have that clarity. Yesterday was he on a golf course in Ohio?
He was.
Did you
Welcome
see that?
home with the hat. Yeah, I saw.
Nothing that guy does.
He
is
did
an
that on
accident.
purpose, right?
Of course
he did.
I mean, what are we doing here?
So let me ask you
this.
this.
I mean, I think filling out the roster and talking about the 12th man is fun, but also to me, if you're the Lakers, you need clarity on what Mr. James is planning on doing.
Windhorst made the comment that I had shut the door, but now I've unlocked the door about a potential of LeBron maybe asking out or getting traded.
When did he say this? Today?
Yesterday. Yeah, on Get Up.
Because it is kind of minute by minute, day by day. It's like literally every conversation I can talk I leave that conversation with a different feeling.
Every time?
Sometimes I get off no, it's just posturing.
Well, let's just hear what Wendy
Okay.
said so
All
you
right.
can kind of make an assessment, I would say.
When the idea of a trade came up, I slammed the door on it and said, I first off, LeBron wants to be a Laker. If he didn't want to be a Laker, he opted out. He has a no-trade clause. Everything that Bontemps just said. Over the last 3 days, I have unlocked the door. I wouldn't say that I'm opening the door. I would just say I've unlocked the door. The door I slammed and locked on Sunday, I'm not 100% sure. And that is because my conversations over the last 3 days have crystallized that the Lakers are essentially viewing LeBron as an expiring contract. And that may sound like a toss-off statement, but that's not insignificant. LeBron has never been an expiring contract, quite literally. Never in his 23-year career, over the 9 contracts he's signed, over all the different teams he's been on, he's never been on the last year of his contract. He's never been 40 years old. He's never not been the franchise player on his team.
That's right. I mean,
got it.
Well, the reason I asked you when he said it is because Brian does so many shows. I need to know what chronological order with it. So that was early in the morning.
Correct.
And then by the time we had him later in the day, he was saying LeBron James is sitting back and watching everything the Lakers are doing. He doesn't have to do anything. He's just watching.
Right.
Which I think is right. I do believe that there is some sort of method to this madness that has been that statement spawned. That wasn't just something somebody accidentally said.
Oh no, 100%. There was some intent behind it.
Yeah, there's something that has not yet been revealed.
Ooh.
So
like behind the curtain?
Yeah. Do you feel
Can
like
you
there is
speculate a little bit?
I mean,
Hold on.
Disclaimer.
You know what Ramona needs?
This is wild speculation.
Reckless speculation.
No, we need a reckless speculation hat.
Yeah.
So when Ramona wears this hat, it's
not. Look, this is
reckless speculation.
I can have one conversation with somebody in the league who is totally convinced that he is out of there, doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
It's either a trade or a buyout, whatever
Right.
it is. And then I can have another one who's like, no, this is just posturing. This is just like
him being
a little
him.
flex.
Yeah,
hey, this roster sucks. Let's get some players.
I mean, the roster's not good. We just talked about it.
So, like, you can talk yourself in, depending on who the last person you talk to is.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's smoke there. There's too much smoke there.
Yeah.
The wearing the hat, could that just be trolling? It could.
Right. It's a little both, probably.
A little of both.
Yeah.
He is an A+ troller.
Yes. Of course he is.
Yeah.
Look, Brooke Lopez had a choice between the Lakers and the Clippers. And the Clippers had a little more money for him, but they had a backup role for him. He's a backup center for the
Big
Clippers.
Zoo.
To Big Zoo.
Yeah.
With the Lakers, he's starting. How do you choose the backup role? Because you're concerned about the uncertainty about LeBron James. Like, I reported it on our show the other day.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. Maybe you got to pull that clip. I should have told you to pull that clip. But
you want to throw to a clip of yourself?
Yeah, that would be
like
very
John
meta.
Ireland does.
That's very John Ireland.
It is.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, on this show, I'm Momo, and on that show, I'm Ramona.
Correct. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wait, he really does. He really
he'll
throws
throw to like
that
a highlight,
reaction.
his own highlight.
100%.
Yes. Yeah.
It's one thing to say, like, this is how it sounded on Sports in LA, or this is how it sounded on the radio.
Yeah.
It's another thing to throw to yourself with, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't care.
That's very meta.
Yeah.
Look, if Brooke Lopez is concerned about the uncertainty around LeBron James, that's something.
Yeah. Listen, I think that this is starting to remind me. Like, you know what? Like, I've got some theories, right?
I mean, this happened when he was in Cleveland the first time.
Yes. I've got some theories. I think that the theory I'm most married to, not that I'm like married to any of them per se at this point, is that I think that there is truth that he looks at this roster, much like we did.
Yeah.
And we see the names on that roster and we're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, and you look at the West and you look at OKC, right? Which we'll get
and also,
to.
you have the aftertaste from the playoff loss to Minnesota. In your
Get
head.
your ass kicked
Yeah.
in that series. Okay, you look at OKC, you look at Houston, you look at Denver, you look at Minnesota still, right? You look at them. By the way, you can make the case it is very cold there. You make the case that Golden State's better than them.
Yeah.
Because if Steph doesn't get hurt, they probably, who knows what happens in that series.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and they already got further than you did because they beat Houston in the first round. So maybe you're the sixth best team in the Western Conference?
And I think Memphis will be better this year.
So I think he looks at that and he again already kind of started to allude to it with KD about OKC, particularly in what they look like. We'll hit that on the other side
I saw
as
that.
those two were on the Mind the Game
Also,
podcast.
by the way, did they talk about Steve Nash and Kevin Durant? Like Kevin tried to get Steve fired. Did they ever get into that?
I don't think they got into that.
Okay.
Yeah. It was kind of weird.
That is weird.
Yeah. Steve must have been like, he must have just been like,
bygones.
It was Kyrie and James. It wasn't really
water,
me. Yeah.
water under the bridge. No, it actually was Kevin.
No,
yeah.
I know what
Okay.
I'm saying. Like he could just say it was really those guys.
Or maybe he's just really moved on.
Yeah. And both probably have
What's
really,
done is done.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
We're good. And he probably just, let's be honest, Steve, you weren't really that good of a coach.
Oh, dang.
It's true.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
It didn't work out.
Yeah. He shouldn't coach.
Maybe not
It's
that
not for
team.
everybody.
Yeah.
Certainly not your first time, not that one.
Yeah, definitely not that one.
All right, let's hear what they had to say about the West and OKC in particular next.
Cappy here to tell you about my great friends at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. I'm a huge fan for so many reasons. The safety, technology, versatility, reliability, and they're all about the Subaru Love Promise. The cars are spacious and sporty. You got to go see my boy Omar and his team at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They're focused on your needs, and they're the most knowledgeable people when it comes to getting you into the right Subaru. Ocean Subaru, 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, just off the 91 freeway. Go to OceanSubaruOC.com. That's OceanSubaruOC.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, Our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Ignite your afternoons at Waba Grill's $5 happy hour with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink, like our zesty dragon fruit mango lemonade. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. Only at Waba Grill.
Have you checked out the new Park West Bicycle Casino? Only 9 miles from downtown LA, right off the 710. The bike has been reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and 200 table games. On July 1st and July 15th, buy in for $100 and get $100 in Lucky Chips plus $50 in free play chips. ESPN listeners get $30 in match play when they walk in and say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino. Real cards, real prizes, real close.
Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER. GER-001291, 001289, 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
710 ESPN.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN.
It's time for what you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Lindsay, I'm sure you had a great what you need to know, but I'm going to tell you that Shams Charania has just reported that the Los Angeles Lakers have gotten another center. His name, Jackson Hayes, is back.
I've heard of that guy.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
Yes.
I believe that.
And this
I
is
actually
not
was
scams,
almost,
Charania. This is Shams.
I was actually about to say that while we were talking, because he did well in the regular season.
He's also a Bill Duffy client, too.
Yeah,
like
Bill Duffy,
DeAndre and Luca, yeah.
You know, we got all in the family. He was like Luca's, remember the first night he got
Yeah, they
here
went to
at
dinner.
Yeah. They're friends. He is kind of a lob threat. Kind of.
No, he is absolutely a traditional lob threat.
Yeah.
His problem is that's all he does. Like, he sets screens, he rolls to the basket. He's like a good, DeAndre, would you describe him as a solid weak side defender, but not like a traditional, like, protect the rim defender?
Correct.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, he got played off the court in the playoff game. But there's 82 regular season games.
He played fine in the regular season.
He did fine.
Yeah.
So you got to win those too. And I assume it's a fairly reasonable contract.
Let me see. Does it say? It does not. 1-year deal, so.
Yeah. Same as last year.
Yeah. That's what he is.
Yeah. And, he has a decent relationship with Luka, I assume.
Right.
Because they would.
I mean, him and JJ probably have to, like, talk things out, I'm sure.
Yeah. Look, I had a thought the other day about.
About that thing you didn't play me. Like, where are we on that?
Things happen in the playoffs.
Yeah, tough, bro. I got to make tough decisions.
Yeah. But
I'm with JJ on that. I mean, Cappy, no one is going to be happier that Jackson Hayes is back than Cappy.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean,
Jackson
Cappy
Hayes.
loves him some Jack. Cappy, honestly, he would have fought JJ for Jackson Hayes, I think.
The Jackson Hayes stand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. That
JJ,
was the hill he
Cappy
decided
was
to die
gonna
on.
throw hands with JJ.
Okay. I don't think that's the hill I would pick.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, they just need guys.
Yeah.
And they don't have a lot of guys because they're a bit top heavy. And I was looking at the Lakers roster. I know Austin Reeves. They love Austin Reeves, and he's really good. But we need to figure out what's going on with LeBron first.
Yeah.
But
that's the pecking order.
If I don't know that you need those 3 guys anymore.
Yeah.
Like, Austin is a great complementary player off LeBron.
But you can't trade him because he doesn't make enough money. So you got to wait till you got to wait another year when he actually, 2 years technically, because you can't trade him after
I think
he
he has
signs
value though.
Yeah, but the problem is you need the money to get a
I know,
better
to
haul
get-
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could theoretically get a good younger player.
Yeah,
Who doesn't make quite as much.
Right. You would trade him for, I don't know, I'm only using this as an example, a guy on a rookie scale contract
Like a Walker Kessler.
Right.
Somebody like that.
Yeah.
And you'd probably have to give up a first here to go do that.
Correct.
But I don't know. I think he's really important to what they do, but not if you also have LeBron and Luka. Do you need all 3 of those
You
guys?
don't. And you can't have 2 guys in the backcourt who can't really defend at a high level. By the way, that is what you need to know. Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Jackson Hayes, Cappy's guy, back for another year.
He's back. What did Lindsay have? She probably had something good.
What did you have?
Let me go
I
back.
feel like she worked on this.
I mean,
bit.
I was going to tell you guys about how these tow truck bandits are coming to like crash scenes and stealing people's cars.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah. So like if you get in a car accident and you're pulled over to the side of the road,
That's
you
the
call a
last
tow
thing
truck.
you need.
Yeah, like tow trucks are pulling up and being like, "Oh, hey, you called a tow truck? I'm the guy," and then they're driving off with the cars and stealing.
They're
them.
bandits. They're not actual tow truck
Right.
people.
Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
So you're on the
preying
phone with Jacob and Ronnie, and they're taking your car.
No, listen. If I'm on the phone with Jacob, ain't nobody taking my car unless Jacob tells me that's the
That's
person.
right.
Yeah,
That's
you got to
right.
make sure you get like ID and make sure it's the right person.
844-24 Jacob.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, I guess the roster is sort of rounding out, although still not vastly improved from what we were
As long
talking
as they
about
have enough guys.
7 minutes ago.
A little improved.
But JJ didn't want to play him, so
In the playoff series.
Right. He's not a playoff, but we said that the whole season.
What is it? What's the famous...
That he wasn't going to play in the playoffs,
so what's
probably.
the point? You're just going to have him just to have him?
Well, you
and then
need
not-
bodies
There's
to a
82
bonus point.
games.
Yeah,
Look,
you need bodies.
What's the famous Billy Donovan quote? You know, I didn't mean to talk OKC again, but
Right.
when Billy Donovan was the head coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder, can't play Canner.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I think somebody was lip reading him saying that. And then it just like ruined his
Yeah.
it
And
ruined
his
his
freedom,
reputation
right?
with,
Wasn't he
with-
going in his freedom later?
At that point, he was still
he
Ennis
still
Cancer,
can.
yeah. but they couldn't play Ennis Cancer at the time, okay?
Oh, you
And
want to
then-
piss LeBron off? Why don't you sign Ennis Canner wherever the hell he
my
is
gosh.
these days?
But they, I think that like ruined their relationship.
Yeah.
Can't play Canner.
I mean, he's right.
But they couldn't. But he's still on the team.
Yeah.
And he was like he was a top 5 pick, I think.
Yeah. I mean, not.
He was a good player.
Yeah.
Guys like that get played off the court in playoff series.
Correct. He couldn't defend anybody. That was his problem.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that your point to
Yeah.
Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic, like in that series against Minnesota, that
Yeah.
the defensive weaknesses were glaring, but also
Yeah. Because I remember Enes Kanter, the last time I saw him in the NBA, and maybe he played after this, but I remember it was around the bubble time.
Yeah.
And
That's right.
When the Celtics were in the conference finals against the Heat, and they were just Spoelstra was just going at him the
Every
entire
time.
time.
Every
Yeah.
time.
Like he couldn't play, but after 5 minutes they had to take him off
Yeah.
the floor.
that happens sometimes too.
To some guys.
Yeah,
and
some
Jackson
guys.
Hayes is in this
In
case
that category.
You know.
But you still got 82 games.
Canner-esque.
Yeah, and look, sometimes there's a lot that's going to happen in the NBA.
Yeah. Kanter was the 3rd pick of the draft.
That's what I thought. He was a top 5 pick. If someone,
3rd
he was.
Who else went in this draft? I got to find this
What
now.
year is it?
2011.
Okay, give me the number 1 pick, and then I can get some other.
Oh,
ones.
it's Kyrie.
Oh gosh, that
The
was
number
a
2
Clipper
pick also did not work out either. Do you remember who the number
Michael
2
Beasley.
pick?
No?
No, you're thinking that was way earlier.
Okay.
Derek Williams.
Oh gosh, Arizona kid.
Yeah. 4th pick, Tristan Thompson.
Tristan.
I like Tristan.
He's an option for the Lakers.
I mean, this was not a
He
good.
is. He's still playing.
Outside of Kyrie, this was not a good draft because
Who
it's
else?
Kyrie, Derek Williams, Enes Kanter, Tristan Thompson, Jonas Valanciunas.
Okay.
At 5 though.
But that's interesting with him. Yeah. Okay. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
come on. Remember this guy, Jan Vesely,
Oh yeah.
Washington Wizards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bismack
Biyombo.
Biyombo. Yeah. he's
Brandon Knight.
Another option for the Lakers. Biyombo.
This was
He's still playing.
Kemba Walker, who's a good player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
good player.
knees
Yeah.
gave out. Yeah.
Shimmer.
Fredette.
Yeah.
That high.
I remember a lot of
college
people.
legend, baby.
Oh
BYU
my
legend.
gosh.
People
yeah.
in Cleveland loved him. They wanted him.
He might be good in this era. In this 3-point
He's too
shooting
old
era,
now,
he can still
though.
play. No, but
Yeah.
3v3 guy now.
yeah, 3v3, yeah.
Yeah.
Who else?
And then Clay, 11.
Oh,
And Kawhi.
Kawhi went 15. Vucevic went 16.
wow.
Yeah.
People
Not a
missed-
great draft. Jimmy
Paul
Butler.
George, was Paul George in this draft?
No, Jimmy Butler went 30.
Jimmy Butler went 30.
Yeah, Paul George was before that.
The year before. Something like this. All of these guys are like people that the Clippers could have had. I remember because I used to cover the Clippers back then.
Yeah.
They like Paul George, but they went with the guy who looked like this funny outfit. And he had the 2 last names.
I believe the Clippers
What's
are
his
cursed.
name?
I do believe that. People used to tell me,
Do
like,
you know who I'm talking about? The guy, he looks like he was in the Humpty Dance video. He looked like that guy.
Paul George.
Do you know? Look at who the Clippers didn't take that year.
2010 draft. Hold on.
And he came with like a bow tie. I can picture him. I can't remember
The
his name
Humpty
now.
Dance. That's so funny.
He does. Look
Hold
at
on.
him.
Stand by. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
All right. So that was John Wall, Evan Turner, Derek Favors, Wesley Johnson. God, another terrible top 5. DeMarcus Cousins, Ekpe Udoh.
Al Farouk Aminu.
Yeah, I was getting there.
Yeah.
Greg Monroe, Gordon Hayward, and then Paul George. Yeah, rounded out the top 10.
It's kind of amazing when you look at the drafts how few of those players are still in the league.
I mean, teams were not good at the draft for a long time.
Yeah.
Now you have to be. You can't screw up the draft anymore.
But they do.
No, of course.
People still screw up the draft.
Yeah, but I think it's like 63% of number 1 overall picks make an all-star team.
Okay, that's still like a lot that don't.
Right? No, I get you.
It's 37%.
Right.
That's 2/3 basically.
No, I got you. But I'm just saying, like
1 out of 3 don't.
Top 3 picks generally become all-stars. Generally.
Top 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, more than 50% chance that they become
So
all-stars.
like last year's draft, which was a fairly bad draft.
Yeah.
Risa Shea.
Yeah. I think Risa Shea would be a nice player.
Yeah, Castle.
Yeah.
I mean, but it wasn't a normal Rookie of the Year vote. We were like, okay, he did better than Risa Shea,
This has been a ball knower week. We're talking Zachary Risa Shea.
And we
Ball
pronounced it
knowers.
correctly.
Yeah.
How would Cappy pronounce Risa Shea?
No, he would know. If we gave him that, if we just wrote it out for him and just told him to pronounce it, there's no chance he would
It's
pronounce
not actually that hard.
it. It isn't once you
know it.
And also you have to think in French.
I think he'd be like
Risa Shea.
I think he would say rice satcher. Right?
Rice
Something-
satchery.
Yeah, something like that. I'd like to hear Cappy try French. That'd be fun.
That should be a segment in the summer. Cappy tries French. Yes.
You kind of spoke a little French last year before you went to
I
France.
did. I was learning a little French. I did babble for a little while.
See, when I speak French, I still sound like I'm speaking Spanish.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's just kind of my thing anyway. But,
right, because I speak
yeah.
a little Spanish.
The good thing about in Europe is that there's enough people speaking Spanish and English too, but like
like if you try to speak Spanish in Spain, they'll like appreciate your effort.
Yes.
If you try to speak French in France,
They're
they'll
just
be
get
like,
annoyed by you.
they'll answer you in English.
Yeah, they're just like, all right, enough.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks for the try.
Yeah.
But they do at least try. They I don't think they mind you trying.
No, they kind of roll their eyes after a while.
It depends. Well, right. Yes.
Like whatever.
Yeah. But they at least the initial effort they try.
Yeah.
They're okay with. Then they're like, okay, I got you.
Yeah,
you don't
that's
have to
nice.
keep going.
That's nice.
Yeah. That happened to me in the countryside in France last year. I was there.
We just went straight from ball knowers to like very 1%.
Yeah.
I was in the countryside.
Ball
in France.
knowers. We went to Champagne.
Champagne. Okay.
Yeah. And we were at a grocery store. This is in the middle of nowhere. Like, this is not Paris where people speak English.
Yes.
And I was like working my French.
Yeah, okay.
And the girl said to me, she's like, "That's good." She goes, "You pronounced this one word," and she said to me in English, she goes, "You pronounced this one word wrong." She goes, "But I knew what you were trying to say, but that was a good
Okay.
that was a good try."
That's good.
I appreciated her. It was like she was patting me on the head.
Nice job.
Good job, Mr. American.
You know, if you have like those meta glasses, it can translate for you in real time and like speak it back to you.
So these glasses that I'm wearing now, they're readers $30 from CVS. Legitimately, both Danny Green and J-Dub, Jalen Williams from the OKC Thunder, thought they were those glasses.
Really?
Yes. I guess they look like these.
I think they do.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
only
yeah.
know them from the ads, the Kris Kardashian ads or
Yeah.
something, right? Are those going to be an NBA player thing?
Oh, yeah.
The meta glasses?
Oh, yeah.
Like the Cybertruck. A lot of guys have Cybertrucks now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Shea drives a Cybertruck.
If they have those glasses, then they can like use AI to like figure out what the next play is gonna be. Oh man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude.
All right, we didn't get to the
That feels like cheating.
Kevin Durant thing. We got to push that back
Oh,
one more
yeah.
time. And we still haven't talked about Kersh, but it's fine. We'll get to Kersh.
We'll do a lot of Kersh.
Yeah, we'll get to Kersh.
I get like nostalgic and emotional when I talk about
There you go.
Kersh.
But we had to talk about Jackson Hayes, man. Breaking
That's
news.
big.
Yeah.
That's big.
All right.
You had to roll your ass to
You
the
might
basket.
start.
Oh, yeah. Did
Oh,
you
no,
hear what
Aiden's gonna
Udonis
start.
What Udonis said about Ayton?
Oh my God! I was on the set when he said. I was
This
like,
is
"Are
great.
you allowed to say that on air?" I don't know.
He did.
You had to roll your ass to the basket.
He's right, though. You do have to roll your ass to the basket.
It was so good. Udonis was like, I think he has like a few more days left on his contract.
Before he goes to Amazon, right?
Or before he goes to Amazon.
Yeah.
So he's just like playing out the string.
Yeah.
And this was probably like the 6th show in a row that he had done.
Yeah.
And he was just going to say whatever now.
Yeah.
He was you have to roll your ass to the back. I
But
was like, whoa, okay.
Now you know why he's stuck in the NBA for 20 years is basically like an assistant coach as a player.
Yeah. The more that I am around UD, the more I understand.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, he's getting, there's a lot of truth serum coming out here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, he legit almost fought Jimmy Butler in a game.
Uh-huh.
When he tried to go at Spo a couple years ago.
We've
I mean,
talked
Spo
about
almost
it.
fought him.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
I kind of would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. I mean, Udonis wasn't going to let it happen, but Spo was ready to throw.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen that since like the 70s.
I think it could have happened. And you know what? I actually feel like Spo could have hung a little bit.
I mean,
it would have lost.
He would have lost for sure.
But I don't know that Jimmy's throwing like his full punch at that point.
Right. And I
And I
don't,
don't
do we
know
know
that-
if Jimmy can fight?
He seems like a guy who could fight.
I don't know.
I
I'm
feel
just
like
saying.
he can.
I mean, I would think so.
I think Jimmy's got a lot of talents.
Yeah.
I like Jimmy.
Yeah.
I'm like a
But
I'm
you're not
like a
fighting.
pro Jimmy.
You're not fighting Udonis though.
Oh, I would never mess with you. I would not even look at him the wrong way.
Yeah.
That guy's like he would like
He was an enforcer when enforcers were still enforcers.
Let's see if we could do a Udonis look and scare DeAndre. Ready? I mean, I'm serious.
cool.
Like there's disdain.
Yeah.
It's not just like tough guy. It's like disdain.
Has he gotten like heated with anyone on set ever? No.
No. He knows when to turn it on.
He's a good dude. Anyway, all right. So Jackson is here. The roster's rounding out into form. Let's get into the West, okay? Let's use that KD LeBron thing about the Thunder to get into the West a little bit. We'll do that on the other side. Momo's in the house, 710 ESPN.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
You know, once you cross 5-0, things change. Your perspective changes.
That's very true.
So he's a newbie. So he's newbie.
Did it happen for you like in the moment of your 50th birthday? Because it for me, it was more of a slow transition to where your priority, all of a sudden, it's like you wake up one morning and it's like, my priorities are very different. The way that I'm interacting with people is very different.
Everything changed. Your
but
whole
on a dime or gradually?
I mean, probably that first year. Like you start rethinking of things and going back and what you thought and what you knew and the rules you based your life on. You figure out that's kind of like BS.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just going to.
Right.
It's one of those, those things that I thought were 100% true.
Not even close.
Maybe not so much.
Right.
Travis and DeMarco back Monday at 9 a.m.
Don't miss Travis and DeMarco on 710 ESPN.
When it's game time, every play counts. So when it's time to choose your next vehicle, make the winning play at George Chevrolet. From the powerful work-ready Silverado to the family-sized Traverse and all-electric standouts like Blazer and Equinox EV, George Chevrolet has an incredible selection and a championship-caliber team ready to help you get the perfect Chevy at the best price. Visit them off the 91 Freeway, Lakewood Exit in Bellflower, or shop online at georgechevy.com. That's georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Disney's Descendant Zombies Worlds Collide Tour. Live in concert. July 23rd at Crypto.com Arena. A one-of-a-kind live concert experience starring Kylie Cantrell, Freya Sky, Malia Baker, Malachi Barton, Dara Renee, Joshua Colley, and Makana Knife. Live on stage, singing all the hits from the movies. Tickets on sale now at DescendantZombiesLive.com.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Purple Wave Auction remains the trusted leader in online equipment auctions. What makes the difference is you. You are part of our growing global community that continues to trust Purple Wave with the equipment that builds and feeds America. This trust placed in us by our community, from construction to ag producers and fleet drivers, brings great equipment opportunities to their next owners. Join the Purple Wave community today. purplewave.com.
And it is Sedano Kap here Thursday afternoon, the 3rd of July, and the Waba Grill 4 p.m. hour is on. Waba Grill, get to Waba Grill for their new $5 happy hour, weekdays after 3 p.m. Tomorrow, the 4th of July, and tomorrow will be the 30th birthday of Post Malone. How about we've also back in 2020, the great Bill Withers will celebrate a birthday tomorrow. R.I.P. Bill Withers gave us one of the great songs like this one. Sedano and Kap continues your Thursday afternoon with Beto right now.
Lovely day. Not with Beto, with Momo. Lovely day. Lovely day. Christopher, I know you're I know you're already in holiday mode.
Wow.
But he said Momo the whole show except that rejoin.
Yeah, what happened? Was that from yesterday?
Maybe.
He said in the open, he said Beto too. Well,
I think that might have been from yesterday.
No, he said Momo earlier.
I think he said Beto in the open, too.
Oh, really?
Oh,
But I heard a
Open?
rejoin with Momo is what I heard.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
By the way,
That's not something
He
I'm
did
going to get
almost
upset
die.
about.
he did almost die. Yeah, 420.
I like Chris. It's okay. We're good.
Yeah.
I don't get upset about things. Do you get upset about things like that?
No, I just like to give him crap because he gives us crap.
Oh, yeah.
So
I get a lot. I mean, people call me by all kinds of names.
Yeah.
I get Roberta. I get Shelly.
yeah.
I get Rachel a lot.
Roberta.
Roberta. I get a lot of Robertas.
Evan Cohen's mom is named Roberta.
Yeah, I know. I feel like that's not a name that somebody born in the late 70s is going to get.
Yeah.
Roberta.
No, it's more like a 50s.
Yeah, it's like a...
No,
Yeah.
Roberta was the girl in Now and Then, remember?
No.
You didn't see that movie?
No.
Christina Ricci?
I don't think so.
No, me neither. No idea what that is. I do know Christina Ricci, but yeah, I don't know. All right, so the West.
Yeah.
We were starting to talk about it a little bit. Lakers at best the 6th team in the West right now.
I mean, they finished third last year.
Right, but everybody else got way better.
Yeah.
And you said you think Memphis will still be
Memphis will be really good. I think they'll be much better this year because they have some stability.
good. They
Although
were good last year for a
Yeah.
stretch until things fell apart.
Yeah, although I don't know about the coach. We'll see.
What is his name again? Hold on.
Isolo.
Isolo.
Tuomas
Isolo.
Isolo.
Yeah.
Even though it's
like
I'm saying it like he's
Italian, he's not.
He's not. He's Finnish. or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just how I remember it. Isolo.
It's Finnish.
He's totally Finnish. It's not even close.
Yeah, and when you talk to him, he's very Finnish.
And I think it's Thomas. It's like it's Tuomas, but it's
Tuomas. I thought it was Tuomas.
It's Tuomas.
We
but,
actually had him pronounce it for us in
and
one
he
of the
was-
games we
and he
had.
probably went Tuomas Isolo.
Right.
And you're like,
and it
what?
was like that.
And you're like,
It
oh
was
yeah,
like
sure, I got it.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Sure, I got it. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's funny. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. Like, this may be. When was the last time the West was this dominant? I mean, it's always
Look,
really
San
good.
Antonio was really good until Wemby got hurt, and then they fell off because if they're not going to win.
But you got to go to the early 2000s where the disparity was this. There was such a contrast
West,
between
yeah.
East and West.
Right, and like, there's nothing you can do about it. It just has to be incumbent on certain players to decide. I don't want to sign with the team in the West because I'm trying to win.
Right. Like, I'm going back to those like Lakers beating the Nets and maybe the old Pacers.
Yeah, that's right.
To like when you had this much of a disparity between the
Sixers,
two
yeah, the
conferences.
three-peat.
Right. The early 2000s. Because then after that, I thought when Shaq got traded, obviously that changed the dynamics. Detroit was also thriving at that time. So like you had at least a couple of because Austin is not a superstar.
Yeah,
he's like
he's
a borderline all-star kind of guy.
Yeah, borderline.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's that.
Maybe.
I don't know if he's an all-star guy.
Maybe that's his ceiling is what we'll call
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
He's a really good, smart basketball player. Good teams have guys like that
Correct.
on them.
No doubt.
But he is a liability defensively.
No doubt.
And especially next to Luka. Like, if you have him next to a really good, like when you had him next to Max Christie, that's different.
I think that when you look at what Luka had in Dallas, think about, we talked about this the
What
other
was
day.
the formula?
Well, they had, everyone always talks about, understandably so, the two bigs, right? Like the rim runners. By the way, those guys also really good defensively.
Yeah.
Lively and Gafford, okay? But he had a lot of long guys around him. Derrick Jones Jr., P.J. Washington, right? Like those types of guys that could defend. I mean, Finney Smith at one point before that. Like they had a bunch of guys who can guard multiple positions around him.
And there is a formula for how you win with Luka. There's a formula with how you win with LeBron. It's actually not that different.
Right. A lot of 3-and-D guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a center that can defend the rim.
Yeah. And I think I don't think that was Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez is more of a stretch five at this point in his career, and like defensively, he got played off the court in that series against the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not the guy that he once was. They had one of those guys. They had a pretty good guy like that. Remember, Thomas Bryant was a Laker at one point.
Yeah.
He got traded a couple deadlines ago, or something like traded, bought I can't remember.
Thomas Bryant played in the finals.
Played in the finals. He was good. Okay, but for his role, he might be starting next year.
He shot a three that
I know.
airballed in one of those games, and I was just
I know.
and you could see Rick Carlisle's face just go.
Ooh. I mean, but Miles Turner's gone, so like, does he start or does Archie Bradley start? Ooh.
You mean Tony Bradley?
Tony Bradley, Archie Bradley. Who's Archie Bradley? He's a player too. Tony Bradley.
I hope. I
saw Tony Bradley walking down the street in Oklahoma City like by himself one day.
I believe it.
Yeah, I mean, that's their starting center, maybe.
Yeah, not good.
Who's Archie Bradley? Somebody tell me.
I don't know who Archie Bradley is.
I think he's a guy.
Did he go to school with you?
No, I think he's. I feel like he might be a player too.
Let me see. Archie Bradley, Philadelphia Phillies.
No, that's not. I don't know.
He is a current Phillies player.
He had an 11 ERA in 2023.
I don't think that's who I was thinking of. I might have just mixed up his name. Tony and Archie sound similar, like Anthony.
No, they don't.
I don't just go with me.
So
Come
anyway.
on, Lens.
Um,
Anthony, Archie, something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, yeah, I just think that they can't be done. Like they're
not done. And but George, the NBA is not done.
No.
It might feel like free agency is getting done.
Right. But there's always, throughout July, there's always signings.
And I think there's this huge realignment happening right now.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
I think there's a lot of extension guys that have not gotten done yet, or they're not out there yet. And that will tell me a whole lot about what's going to happen in the league the next few years.
Save that for 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Because we have Radio Tinder.
Oh, I like that.
And then we have Dr. Clapper.
Oh, and I want to ask him
that
theory.
question.
I got a theory.
Yeah, How are you? Exactly. So we got all that coming up. Stick around. Momo's in the house, 710 ESPN.
Saturday. It's a showdown deep in the heart of Texas. LAFC invade Q2 Stadium for a Western Conference battle with Austin FC.
LAFC!
Can the black and gold grab all 3 points on the road? LAFC face off with Austin FC. Pre-match coverage starts Saturday at 5 p.m. On the home of the black and gold, 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Have you checked out the new Park West Bicycle Casino? Only 9 miles from downtown LA, right off the 710, the bike has been reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and 200 table games. On July 1st and July 15th, buy in for $100 and get $100 in Lucky Chips plus $50 in free play chips. ESPN listeners get $30 in match play when they walk in and say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino. Real cards, real prizes, real close.
Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER. GAR-001291. 001289. 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
These offers will blow you away during their Red, White, and Vroom sales event at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. Get a complimentary gift when you purchase a new vehicle, like a Solo stove cooler and mobile AC, Blackstone outdoor griddle, Turtle Box speaker, or a $500 Visa gift card. For complete details, visit OceanSubaruOC.com or come into Ocean Subaru on Euclid Street in Fullerton.
Approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance. Not all buyers or vehicles will qualify. Choice of gift at dealer discretion. Must not exceed $500. Offers do not combine and are not valid on previous purchases. See dealer for complete details. Expires 7/06/25.
In 1979, the first words spoken on ESPN weren't just an announcement.
If you're a fan,
They were a sports prophecy.
what you'll see in the next minutes, hours, and days to follow
Glad you're with us tonight.
may convince you you've gone to sports heaven. And right now, you're standing on the edge of tomorrow.
This fall, the next era of ESPN begins. Sports Forever.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. You're lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
And it is Sedano and Kap here Thursday afternoon. The 4 p.m. Waba Grill Hour. Get to Waba Grill for their new $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. Radio Tinder time. We'd like to play a TV theme. We don't have one today, so let's play a movie theme. On this day back in 1985, Back to the Future was released in theaters. And of course, that means we can play Huey Lewis and the News. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our new sponsor, the Crazy Hernandez Brothers. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR, F-L-O-O-R, or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
The power of love.
You know, he didn't hit the post on this one.
He didn't, but it's a hard one to hit the post because it's short post.
Riz plays this song all the time when they're trying to do the hit the post thing. And he does it perfectly every time.
It's a short one. You can't really hit the post on this on Radio Tinder because you got to have the read for the Crazy Hernandez brothers.
Exactly. It's still a banger.
Yeah. The mongrels in the YouTube chat.
What?
DeAndre's shaking his head.
Why do you?
Why do I call them the mongrels?
I will not look at that during a show because it's gonna mess me up.
Listen, DeAndre, when he still worked in social, he made me promise to never open the YouTube
don't look.
chat.
Nope, don't do it.
I do because I'm sadistic that way.
What are they saying about me?
I don't know. They say everything about
I
everybody.
got some mean Twitter guy who was like, Ramona's been saying mean stuff. She needs to just go back and raise her kids.
Go make a sandwich too.
Yeah, I was like, okay. Thank you, 1942, you know.
I think they generally dislike everybody equally, is what I would say.
No, they like Mason.
I was just going to say, for some reason, everyone loves Mace.
Yeah. Well, you know why?
Do they like you?
Wait, want to know why?
Bring a bucket and a mop.
Because Mace never says anything controversial. Mace is a he's a people pleaser.
He's a professional hedger.
Yeah, 100%. He is. He never takes a hard stance on anything. And if Mace does take a hard stance, you could totally convince him the other direction
100%.
easily. Yeah.
You want to know a funny story about that?
Yeah.
So, like, the big argument that me and Mace got in before he kicked me off his show, he was making a very, what's the word, politically incorrect statement about somebody, and I said, Mason, you can't go on the air in LA radio and say that. And he goes, why? And I was like, because everyone's going to think you're an a-hole. And he was like, what? And then he's like, are you calling me an a-hole? And I said, no, but if you say that, you're going to sound like one. So then we got a little bit of a tiff about it. And then he goes on the air. He literally said the exact opposite of what he originally thought because he didn't want people to think he was an a-hole.
He is a man of his convictions.
The mongrels love you, Momo.
Yeah, they like. No, don't stop. Don't let me think that because then I'll go.
No, they'll turn on you very quickly.
100%.
Yeah.
Hey, breaking news! I need the breaking news sounder.
Oh, breaking news!
Breaking news!
What do we got?
According to David Vassay, Max Muncy has just spoken and said he's out for at least 6 weeks, but has the consolation to know he will play baseball again this season. Woof.
All right, well, there you go.
In other words, not as bad as it looked.
I'm not like super worried about the Dodgers hitting though. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know, but
I'm happy for him. But and like, if I'm a Dodger fan, I'm excited Max Muncy will be back because he's actually had a very good season after having some rough ones.
He was just starting to hit. He got glasses and stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't he get in that? What happened?
Did he get those meta glasses? I don't know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Well, that's what Dr. Clapper wanted to talk about is astigmatism.
Oh, well, there you go. So anyway, Linz.
Radio Tinder time.
Yeah, professional hedger Mace. There we go.
Bring a bucket and a mop.
Who's right? And then John Ireland is like, so the mop said.
Yeah.
Ramona thinks the mop is the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Why? George thinks the mop is the stupidest thing in the world. Who's right?
Oh, my God.
It's very good.
I don't care.
Tell me I'm crazy.
Yeah, it's that's it. And I love how you can just push Mace off his position very easily. Sometimes I just come into crosstalk just to like screw with him, and I'll be like one day he came in and he said something about like USC, and I was like, dude, what are you talking about? USC's not going to win 10 games this year. They have like this game and this game and this game. And he's like, okay, maybe they're not then. And I'm like, come on, man, stand your ground.
Hey, you don't make it this long in sports talk radio by picking the wrong hills to die on, or any hills.
I would say the opposite. You should pick some hills to die on.
I don't know. I think
it's fun being wrong. Here's the thing. Being wrong in sports radio is actually the most fun thing ever.
You're right. What's the thing that Mace is most famous for?
Well,
Mark Sanchez.
Yes, there it is.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the thing he's most famous for, when somebody forced him to take a position.
Right.
And he took the stupidest position you could think of.
Who cares? Like, my thing is this. Like, it's why I've been saying, like, I don't believe DeAndre Ayton's going to be a good player. But I've been saying, I hope I'm wrong. Because, God, if I'm wrong, it's going to be fantastic radio.
Great.
It's going to be fantastic radio if I'm wrong.
Well, it's like when everybody else thought Dave Roberts should be fired.
Yeah, I was not one of those.
Yeah, I mean, Bergman, all those guys.
Yeah.
He's got to go if they don't win.
It's just baseball.
Yeah, relax.
Anyway, all right, go ahead, Lynn. Sorry.
What else you got?
All right, so Keith Urban was recently
I like
on...
Keith Urban.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, he's likable.
Australian cowboy.
Yeah, so he was on an Australian morning show called Mix 102.3's Haley and Max in the Morning. And he was promoting his tour in Australia. And
I don't think they say it like that, Lindsay. They say Mix 103, Haley in the morning.
Okay, you're probably right.
Sorry.
You're probably
You
right.
sounded like Keeley from Ted Lasso.
I do. I can't quite get the Aussie. I kind of do British with a little.
Yeah, it's hard.
I love her.
The way you get to Australian accent is you go British and then mix in a little Kentucky.
Really?
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's a good
Start
good
off
note.
British and then you mix in a little Kentucky and you sound like you're Australian.
That's actually not
Right?
terrible.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
smart,
That's how you do
Momo.
it. Okay, go ahead. What were you saying?
Okay,
Keith
so
Urban.
he was on a radio show in Australia, and everything was going good. He was promoting his upcoming tour, and then they asked him if he wanted to participate in their Wall of Truth segment. They got into the gauntlet, and they asked him a question about his wife, Nicole Kidman, and the first time that they were intimate.
Okay,
and he hung up on them.
I could see.
He hung up on them, didn't even say goodbye. He just was just like, and hung up on them. So I want to ask you guys, have you ever, A, been hung up on, or B, hung up on like a caller or, not a caller, but like an interviewer? Have you ever had an interview interrupted abruptly? Swipe left or swipe right?
Oh, at the All-Star game, it happened to me when I was interviewing Dame after the three-point competition. Giannis all of a sudden mobbed us, which was kind of funny because I don't believe those two necessarily always saw eye to eye. But Giannis, co-opted our interview at All-Star Weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
I call people all the time who don't want to talk to me. That's kind of our job.
Do they hang up on you or just
no.
rudely dismiss you?
They'll just say, I got to go. And then they just go. You know what I mean? I got to go. I got to take this. And that's a quick one. But yeah, I've hung up on people. I've done that in my personal life. Have you hung up on people in your personal life? I've been mad. I'm not proud.
Yeah, I've probably done it a couple times.
Yeah, a couple times when I was really mad.
I guess. I don't remember. It's been so. People don't call often anymore, so I think that's part of it. You know.
But yeah, I mostly call people who don't. Not mostly, but that is part of the job, so I'm used to that. I've definitely had to interrupt people to get them to stop talking.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yeah.
I remember one time, I can't find the clip, but when, once again, talking about Mason and Ireland, when I was doing their show and Passon was on with them.
Yeah.
And as soon as he introduces them, he goes, "Oh, wait, guys, I got to take this," and just hung up on them.
Yeah, I know that feeling because I get, when you're on a news story and you're doing a radio interview, you can't miss that call.
Yeah.
That radio interview, you're doing them a favor.
Yeah. Oh, you're definitely doing them a favor.
So if that news story comes in, you got to take it. You got to take it.
No, your job is to be a news person.
Yes, you just say, I got to take,
Guys,
I
gotta
usually
roll.
warn them in advance. I usually say, I may have to take a call in the middle of this interview.
That's why I know I'm very hesitant to reach out to people on these days, yesterday, just because I'm nervous that, I know you got a lot going on. I know you're so busy. And Bobby Marks was so nice to come over and talk with us. And I was like, I'm sorry, I know you're really busy. He's like, it's okay, I'm done for the day. So yeah. A lot going on there.
Yeah.
All right. So next Radio Tinder story. A new survey of 2,000 Americans found that 1 in 3 has a nickname for their car. In this New York Post story, they said that some of the most interesting ones were the Slug, Old Flame, and Buttercup's Folly. They said that Gen X and Millennials are the generations most likely to name their cars, with more than 40% doing so. So if you guys don't have a name for your car, do you know anybody who does?
Nevin used to have a name for his car.
Really? I don't know anyone who's ever had a name for their car.
He had a cool truck. When we first started dating, he had this cool truck. It was a blue Ford Ranger, and it had this red, yellow, and white flames on the side, kind of.
No way.
Yeah, he didn't do it himself. He just bought a used car, but it was cool.
That's amazing.
And I definitely thought of him differently because he had this cool car. But then he named her Betsy, and I was like, I don't know.
Come on, man.
It's not really a Betsy car. That's cool. That's a cool car.
I would say it reminds me of the Fast and the Furious, right?
Yeah.
They used to name the cars. Not Fast and Furious. What's the one with? God.
Do they always have to be a her? Are they always girl cars?
Yeah, Fast and Furious named the cars, but what was the other one?
What are the popular car names?
Car theft.
A streetcar named Desire.
Yeah.
I got you.
Gone in 60 Seconds, they used to
Oh,
name
yeah.
cars with Nick Cage. That's what I was thinking about, actually.
But are they ever guys' names? Like, does anyone ever
really.
name their car like Cliff?
No,
or
it's usually
something?
female names.
Yeah, it usually is.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I drive Sexy Classy, that's the name of the car. She refers to it as her. Lisa does. She calls her car.
There you
her.
go.
Yeah.
Like, thanks for taking care of her. I'm like, what?
I want. If you have a car name, tweet me. I want to see what the car names are. I bet they're like 99% female.
That's a good question to ask.
I mean, I guess you could like name look. There's the Cars movie, right? McQueen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
That's not a girl name.
Yeah, that's a guy.
Mater, Toe Mater.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Last one here. All right, so a new study shows that hope may actually be even more essential to your well-being than happiness or gratitude. And they said that using 6 studies with more than 2,500 participants from diverse backgrounds, the team analyzed a range of emotions, including amusement, contentment, excitement, and happiness. And they found that consistently, hope predicted a stronger sense of meaning. So would you guys consider yourself hopeful people?
Sure. I would say I'm more of a realist, but I would say, yeah, you always want to hope for the best. But I'm a believer of hope for the best, expect the worst. That way you're always prepared.
I'm a total optimist. I think hope and optimism go hand in hand.
Correct.
So I'm definitely like an optimistic person by nature.
Mm-hmm.
I like obviously I have like I worry about things, but I'm not.
Sure.
I generally think they're going to work out okay. I generally am optimistic about how things are going to end up.
Yeah. I don't feel like I would say with me, it just depends on the situation. I take it all. I try to take life.
Yeah.
And I felt like I've grown into this. I didn't always think this way. I try to take everything on a case-by-case basis.
Okay.
As hard as that is.
Yeah, that's true.
I think compartmentalizing has become one of my strengths as an adult.
Yeah.
That I can just like, all right, well, this is a situation that needs to be just kind of put to the side, and I need to handle it a certain way.
Yeah.
And another situation may arise that I may have to handle differently.
Yeah.
So.
I tend to be a storyteller. That's what I
really?
do
Not
for a
you.
living.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
What
then
if I told you?
Yeah. I mean, that's literally what I do for a living. So I sort of live my life like that.
Yeah.
I feel like everything fits into part of a grander narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look back on things later,
That was a banned word, by the way.
What? Narrative.
Yeah.
I know, but that show's gone. It's okay. The bad words went with it. Yeah. All I do is write grand narratives, George.
Yes.
That's like but I think, I usually think that there's a, it all fits together when you look back.
Yeah.
But you do have to play some part in it. You can't let things happen to you.
I would agree.
I'm trying to. I've tried, especially over the past year, since like I got back into going to therapy, is the whole like when life hands you lemons thing. Make lemonade.
So, I said this to my therapist the other day, and I go, I know you're going to get it, Mongrels. Another OKC Thunder reference. I love, and I did a lot of reporting on this during these couple series, how they because I don't believe in momentum from game to game, right?
Right.
They don't either. They believe you got to get back to a quote unquote neutral state of mind.
Yeah, I love that phrase.
It's a great phrase.
They have a lot of OKC-isms.
But
Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
But it's something that's applicable to life, getting back to a neutral state of mind. You can go through the worst day of your life, okay? But the next day it's going to come, right? You got to just deal with whatever the next day is. So you have to do your best to get back to a neutral state of mind to then attack the next day, however you need to attack that.
Here's a couple of them.
Yeah.
These are some. There's like these Mark Daignault sayings.
Can we save those? Because we got to get the clapper.
Let's do that.
And I got to do this read.
Yeah.
Didn't you tell me you need flooring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me
I got to
about
get you with
it.
the Crazy Hernandez brothers. I mean, Rachel and Cappy are linked up with the Crazy Hernandez brothers. So here's the deal. If you need flooring for your home, rental, or ADU, just call the Crazy Hernandez brothers, bro. 866-62-FLOOR. That's 866-62-FLOOR. A family-owned business, okay? Family-run. You got the Crazy Hernandez brothers. Papi Hernandez started it 57 years ago, okay? 57. It's a long-ass time. Mom's there. You got the aunts, the uncles, the cousins, the brothers, the sisters. You got the nephews, the nieces, the cousins. They're all there. Authentic old-school TLC, actual wholesale pricing year-round. No bogus sales, no gimmicks, just the best price from the start. Not like these big-box national retail stores trying to mess with you. That's why I say it and I mean it. No sale beats wholesale. So whether it's hardwood, laminate, tile, vinyl, carpet, you name it, they got it. Over 5 million square feet of in-stock inventory, 2 locations, Santa Ana, commerce. So when you go there, you can see it, touch it, take it home with you on the same day. And that's huge, especially when you're trying to finish a project fast. It's why designers, contractors, builders all shop here. They know the crazy Hernandez brothers are going to take care of you, and they'll take care of you too. So check this out. First responders, active military, veterans as well, all receive additional discounts on top of the already low prices. And if you happen to find a better price, which I doubt, but if you do, Hernandez will match it, no questions asked. So head down to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR, 866-62-FLOOR. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price in town year-round, because no sale beats wholesale, homeboy. Check it out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. That's HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net, or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
You know, once you cross 5-0, things change. Your perspective changes.
That's very true.
So he's a newbie. So he's newbie.
Did it happen for you like in the moment of your 50th birthday? Because it for me, it was more of a slow transition to where your priority, all of a sudden, it's like you wake up one morning and it's like, my priorities are very different. The way that I'm interacting with people is very different.
Everything changed. Your
but
whole
on a dime or gradually?
I mean, probably that first year. Like, you start rethinking of things and going back and what you thought and what you knew and the rules you based your life on. You figure out that's kind of like BS.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I was just going to...
Right.
It's one of those, those things that I thought were 100% true.
Aren't. Yeah, not even close.
Maybe not so much.
Right.
Travis and DeMarco back Monday at 9 a.m.
Don't miss Travis and DeMarco on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, you feel it? The days are getting longer, the sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is here. And here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams, one thing really ties it all together: enjoying an icy cold Coors Light with great friends. Pick up icy cold Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly and cheers with icy cold Coors Light.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone, now through July 28th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is the next phase in my therapeutic work.
Nicole Kidman returns for the Hulu original 9 Perfect Strangers Season 2.
Breathe in, breathe out.
This is safe?
We take you back to a core trauma. Breathe in, breathe out.
She is manipulating us.
Breathe in, breathe out. While you're resisting.
Is it too late to get a refund? The all-new season of 9 Perfect Strangers is now streaming on Hulu and Disney+. New episodes Wednesdays.
And it is Sedano and Kap, the 3rd of July. The Waba Grill 4 p.m. hour. Get to Waba Grill for their $5 happy hour. Weekdays after 3 p.m. Get a 5-piece pork veggie dumplings with sweet chili dipping sauce and a value-sized premium Waba beverage drink like their new refreshing Ice Dragon Fruit Mango Lemonade. Enjoy both for just $5 after 3 p.m. only at Waba Grill. On this day back in 2020, the #1 hit Rockstar by DaBaby featuring Roddy Ricch. I'm DaBaby. Sedano and Kap continues with Beto. Thursday afternoon right now.
He's still saying Beto. Someone should have told him it wasn't Beto.
I mean, did he pre-record these?
Yes. Oh, they're all
Are
pre-recorded.
you sure they're not from yesterday?
It's Thursday.
He pre-recorded them, but you've been on the schedule since, what day did I ask you?
Yeah, a while ago.
Last Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think you asked me Monday or something.
Monday. It was definitely Monday.
Yeah, because I came in on the first day of the free agency. Yeah.
All right, Dr. Clapper's with us here. Dr. Clapper, we just got news on Max Muncy. I would imagine a bit of a relief, no?
Absolutely. And the reason you're on for 6 weeks with a bone bruise, which is no different than a black and blue mark from a punch in your arm, which then turns green and yellow. But the reason it takes 6 weeks for a bone bruise in the bone is that it's a solid structure, not like muscle or skin. So it takes longer to dissipate, and boy, can they hurt for a long period of time. So it's the best news ever, no structural damage.
Whenever I see one of those injuries where the knee bends backwards, I always think it looks terrible. It looks like somebody broke their leg, whatever it is. But that bone bruise is the best case scenario. What does that mean for him coming back? Like, I know he said at least 6 weeks, but does it take a while? Can you do anything during these 6 weeks that you're out? Do you have to just let it heal? Can you stay strong?
Yes, Ramona, you have to let it heal. And the problem is, it's your aerobic conditioning is out because you can't really be riding a bike because it hurts too much. And but the good news is, the unfortunate thing is you can't really speed up the healing. There's no magic potion. And
put some stem cells or something in there. Can you just?
Yeah, none of that stuff's going to make a difference. Trust me.
Okay.
There's no shampoo growing hair on top of my head, no matter what they want to sell me.
So, Doc, Ramona's got a theory.
Yeah.
So we're going to run this by you.
I've been cooking on this, okay?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I think that we may have reached the limits of human performance, and that's why we're seeing all these injuries. Like, the human body maybe just shouldn't play as much basketball as these guys are playing, and that's why we're having all these
starting at a
Achilles
young
injuries.
age.
At
right.
a young age.
Yeah.
And you just shouldn't be throwing the arm cannot handle the 100 mile an hour velocity for such a long period of time in your career with the spin and the rotations for such a long period of time.
And Dr. Clapper, the reason we were talking about from when they were children is because, remember, youth sports has changed in a big way where kids are playing so many more games than they used to play that I just feel like the wear and tear, and I'm with Ramon on this, that the wear and tear is a huge factor here.
I remember, on behalf of ESPN, Carlos Saisu sent me to the Pump Brothers dinner. You both probably
I do know
been
the
to
Pump
this.
Brothers, yeah.
So he gives me a microphone, God bless Carlos Saisu, and I got a suit and tie on, and I was like a reporter. I pretended to be Ramona and George Sedano for a night, and I'm down the red carpet, and I got the microphone, and then I realized security guards are not letting anybody talk to anybody as they're coming down. I'm going, well, what am I here for? So I began to shout out because they all have had injuries, these professional athletes, and I know all the surgeons. So Roger Clemens, I shouted out, Roger, I have regards to you from, James Andrews. Dr. Andrews? He pushes the security guards out. It was an unbelievable night. And all the reporters were pissed off at me because all the athletes wanted to talk to me because I knew their surgeons, which was really great. But it was on this night that Chris Mullins came walking down the red carpet, and I asked him, Chris, in your career, what big injuries did you have? And he said, none. And then he comes up to me. Who are you? I'm Dr. Clapper. I said, he says, the reason is because I believed, I love this word, these two words. He says, I believe in active rest. Think about that. It's like Krispy Kreme. How could it be crispy and creamy, right? Active rest. And that is exactly the point. You've got to cross-train. Michael Thompson from this station is a big believer, and he's right. When I interviewed Tony Gonzalez, 17 seasons he played in the NFL. He missed one game, and I interviewed him. I said, how is that possible? And he said, because I played basketball in the off season. I played volleyball. I didn't just play football. And you're exactly right. We are running these poor kids, boys and girls, too young, too much. We have a pitch count so they don't get little league elbow anymore, but that's what we need for basketball players. We should have a rebound count or a point count that you get pulled out of the game, because in junior high school is when this problem is starting.
But, I mean, the other part of it, too, is just like these guys are like Usain Bolt is the fastest man ever, right? I don't know that anybody could go faster than that ever. Usually, I almost never, I like to never say never, but I don't know that the human body could ever go faster than that. And I don't know that the human arm, do you think anybody could ever throw 110? Do we think anybody could ever do the kinds of athletic marvels that these guys can do on the basketball court? Like, can they go farther? Can they do more? Or have we reached that upper limit?
I do think that they always can go farther, and here's the reason why, Ramona. When you arthroscope a professional pitcher who is throwing 100 miles an hour, guess what you see inside their shoulder? You see abnormalities, tears, rips that would absolutely kill a weekend warrior. But you better not fix everything you see in that elite baseball pitcher, because some of those necessary for them to throw 100 miles an hour. And if you do fix them all, they'll have a stiff shoulder and they'll never be able to throw 100 miles an hour. So you actually have to be hyper abnormal and not fix everything. When the Iron Curtain came down and we got to interview the Russian athletes, we learned so much about how they train differently than the American athlete. For example, we always felt that if you wanted to jump high or run fast, you put ankle weights so that you dealt with extra weight. So when you took the weight off, you can run faster. Guess what? Muscle memory got your brain to be used to the excessive weight. That was a problem. You know how the Russians trained to run faster than normal? They trained their sprinters to run only downhill. So if you ever run really fast downhill, you're almost going to fall down, right? Well, what you're doing is you're training your brain to be used to a hyper speed. And that's how they could run faster than us.
Interesting.
Wow, that's awesome stuff.
Hey,
Dr.
can I
Kleber.
ask another question? I'm like
Sure,
into
go right
sports
ahead.
medicine. Tell me about this new Achilles surgery. I don't know if it's new, but the Achilles surgery, the guy in New York, Dr. O'Malley, right? Is it Dr. O'Malley who's been doing all these? And you know, I knew from Kobe that it was important that you get under the knife within 24 hours before the swelling takes hold. So Tatum and Halliburton got in to see O'Malley the next morning. But what is the new surgical technique that they're doing on the Achilles?
The new surgical technique is called a speed bridge. And my best way to
clap revision
here's a clap revision for you. So think of the Achilles tendon as a leather belt, right? So if you feel the back of your leg right now, feel your Achilles tendon. Imagine it's a leather belt. And if you rip the leather belt, we would just put stitches, drill some holes in the leather, and just weave some new stitches and fix the belt. But it takes a while for that to now scar and heal in, which delays everything. The speed bridge is if you look at that leather belt, look at where the metal buckle is. You take the leather belt and you actually fold it around the metal of the belt buckle, and then you stitch it. So the new surgery is no longer putting stitches of tendon to tendon, but actually taking the tendon and reattaching it into the heel bone, the calcaneus. So you're not waiting for tendon to tendon to heal. You're actually going to the source of the tendon back into the bone. And that's called a speed bridge. And that is going to, and it has, revolutionized the way we treat Achilles tendons.
Is that what Aaron Rodgers did?
Yes.
So that's why, because remember he kept saying he was going to come back that year at the end of his documentary.
Lillard's telling people he's coming back by the All-Star break.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that's possible?
Yes. Big advances. The sutures we use now, it's called fiber wire. This is like the same stuff a bulletproof vest is made from, like Kevlar.
Wow.
Super strong stuff. So the stitches are different. The way we lock the stitches is different. The way we reattach it. Every aspect of the world of orthopedic surgery continues to evolve, and that's what makes it so much
Bionic Achilles. Dr. Clapper, you're the man. Have a great 4th. Thank you as always.
All right, George. Nice to talk to you, Ramona.
You
See you
too.
next week.
See ya. There he is.
How are you? I was geeking out over here.
Hey, coming up next, Tom Brady is old. And I'll explain what that means because he made a comment recently that made me realize maybe he's a tiny bit out of touch and maybe he's just selling you something.
No.
Maybe he's selling. He's in salesman mode, but I don't know if I'm buying what he's selling. We'll get into that next.
And Clayton gets 3,000.
The ravine rises, ready to erupt.
Waba Grill.
What's our secret? It's our sauce.
Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Waba Grill. It's unexpected. It's delicious. It's saucy. It's for you.
On July 1st and July 15th, buy in for $100 and get $100 in Lucky Chips plus $50 in free play chips. ESPN listeners get $30 in match play when they walk in and say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino. Real cards, real prizes, real close.
Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER. GAR-001291, 001289, 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
Hey, it's Mace. In tough times, a lot of people find themselves owing money to the IRS. It can really weigh you down, and you're confused about the right way to handle it. And all those scary ads on the radio about the IRS, they don't help. Tax relief advocates want you to relax, knowing that whether you owe $5,000, $50,000, $500,000 in tax debt, you don't have to fear the IRS another day. TRA has a proven 3-step tax resolution process, plus they're experts at working with special programs available from the IRS to help taxpayers get back on track. Easy to see why they have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. If you owe money to the IRS and feel trapped, don't lose hope. Tax relief advocates could reduce or even eliminate your debt. End your tax nightmare today. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. Again, 800-575-1482.
Saturday. It's a showdown deep in the heart of Texas. LAFC invade Q2 Stadium for a Western Conference battle with Austin FC.
LAFC!
Can the black and gold grab all 3 points on the road? LAFC face off with Austin FC. Pre-match coverage starts Saturday at 5 p.m. On the home of the black and gold, 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station. This is the city, Los Angeles, California. It's 5 p.m. in the Southland. Turn it up, man. Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing. Thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney.
Visit RFR710.com or call 833-ESPN-710.
Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of non-stop Sedano and Cap starts now.
You ready for this? And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack!
Oh, I see that. You got a whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nobody like Cappy, though.
No, I mean, it's his thing.
Cappy really rocks out to that.
Yeah, he really does. I'm faking it. I'm like Sally and when Harry met Sally in the restaurant when I'm doing it.
I don't know if that's where I would have gone with the analogy, but okay.
Faking it.
I know I'm familiar with the scene.
Yeah, that's what
and
I'm
the
saying.
concept. Yeah.
So I went to break, and I had said Tom Brady is officially old because he's selling something that I'm not buying, and I'm his same age. But I get what he's trying to sell. I just don't know if he can sell it to this generation.
All right, let's hear it.
He says, quote, every player dreams of being a Raider before their career is over. I know I did. And what I would say is players of a certain era and age perhaps felt that way. But the Raiders have been pretty stinky for a long-ass time.
Do we have the music?
We have Raider music?
Do we have that?
And I figured as a Raider fan,
Yeah.
I wanted to touch on the Raiders today with you.
Because this is why I play the music.
Right.
You can't not hear this music. You can't hear
Were you
this
afraid
music.
by the tackling?
I know. I was like, what happened here?
That's our football.
Yeah, we're ready for football.
Okay.
That's what we do. We tackle.
If you hear this music, DeAndre, come on, don't you want to run through a wall? Let's go.
Sorry, man. Nah, not the Raiders.
That's who he's trying to get to convince.
Really?
DeAndre, how old are you?
27.
That's who he's trying to convince
I
to
know,
play
so
the
you've
for the
never
Raiders.
lived in a world where the Raiders were cool.
Right?
Have
No,
you ever
not
lived
really,
in a world
no.
where the Raiders were cool?
the last time.
It's been a while.
I mean,
like 2003. It's been a minute. Were you born in 2003?
98.
Oh, God, you were 5. Okay.
I do remember the Raiders being cool, like when I was way younger, and they were the LA Raiders, and like one of my friends had the LA Raiders jacket, and my dad was like, "Oh, LA Raiders."
I think the Raiders' coolness left when Chucky did. When Gruden part
Well,
one.
he came by part
He
one.
was cool.
Yeah,
Gruden part 1.
yeah.
I just call him Chucky because that's what we call him in Raider Nation.
Yeah.
Of which I am a part.
I mean, think about it. You know what I'm saying?
But you hear that music and don't you just want to be part of the autumn wind?
No.
Well, first of all, he grew up in the Bay. Tom Brady grew up in the Bay Area. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was a Niner fan.
Oh, yeah, I think they're all Niner fans.
Right?
When you grew up
I mean,
there.
what are we
he's trying to
talking
sell
about
me on something that he's not.
I
They
know.
all grew up. If you grew up in the Bay,
Come on.
the Niners were awesome almost all the time.
Like, he's my age, I think.
47.
Okay, I'm 45. I'll be 46 in a few weeks. Oh, God. I'll just say that out loud.
By the way, the number one hit in 2003, "In the Club" by 50 Cent.
Okay, see, we ain't old. That's still cool.
And then,
That's still cool, she said.
That's still cool. Kids these days like it. Kids these days.
Bring a bucket
Come on.
and a mop.
No, but the Niners when we were growing up were really this is cool. Come on.
We all started bobbing our heads.
We all did.
oh, that one cursed. You might want to stop that
Yeah,
one.
you gotta get the clean version. I didn't hear anything. Did you hear
In
anything?
the system.
I don't think
I heard it. Because I mouthed it, and
think it
and then I heard it actually say it, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Oh yeah.
That must have been a Funch upload.
Oh,
I feel like little George rocked out to that.
I mean,
you were like in Miami.
Little George, 2003. I was
Yeah.
like a grown ass man already.
Yeah,
at that
you were in
point.
college. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we were
I passed college already.
Yeah,
now.
past college. No, I think Tom Brady grew up, I'm sure, rooting for the Niners.
Yeah.
They were good back when we were growing up. And he grew up in the Bay Area.
Right.
There's no way he grew up wanting to be a Raider.
Correct. And
Come
so
on, Tom.
I don't know if I'm not calling him a liar, but I'm saying it feels
But
disingenuous.
you kind of are. You kind of
Well,
are.
I'm saying it feels disingenuous is what I would say. Now, he's also part of the ownership now, so why wouldn't he try to sell it? He's the greatest quarterback of all time
Yeah.
from a resume standpoint.
We still have the coolest uniforms, and that is not up for debate.
Yeah, I mean,
Come on.
I wouldn't argue that.
Silver and
yeah,
black?
they're cool.
I like the Chargers the best.
Silver and black is nice.
So the Chargers are up there, but they're not the silver
Chargers
and
unis
black.
are nice, but it's like the complete contrast.
Yes.
But I'm a man.
Yeah. You know? But I just feel like ain't nobody in their 20s being like, I want to be a Raider before my career
I
is
know.
over.
We
You know
haven't
what I
been
mean?
good for a long time.
Yeah.
It's been like decades.
2003 is a long time. Keyshawn played in that Super Bowl.
Like our highlight of the past
you
20
seen
years.
Keyshawn on FS1 these days? It look like he can play football right now. No. I love you, Key, but it's the truth.
I know.
Even you'd admit that.
No, look, our highlight of the last 20 years was that 1 year when we were good with Derek Carr and then he hurt his knee.
Derek Carr. Oh, this is when we need a cappy for sure. Do his Derek Carr impersonation.
Derek Carr.
Man,
Like there was
retired.
1 year.
He retired.
I know he's already retired. He was good for like a year, and we were so excited because he was from Fresno.
Wasn't that like 2014?
I mean,
around
that
time,
That's
in that
our
range?
highlight.
Yeah.
We were good that year.
Then he got hurt.
And then
you
he got
didn't-
hurt right before the playoffs.
You lost the
This-
Texans.
That's the
And
high
he
water
cried.
mark.
He cried, remember?
He did. I cried with him. We were sad. We were gonna.
Right.
We could have been a contender.
Greg Bergman at one point, didn't he think the Raiders were going to start 6-0? I heard him on Mason and Ireland say 6-0.
This year?
No, last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
There was no chance they're starting 6-0.
Yeah. Last year, I think they had like a good start to the season. They were like 1 or 2-0 or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We got Pete Carroll now.
You guys do convince
Come on,
yourself.
we got Pete Carroll now.
I mean, but he's
Let's
like
go.
73 years
He's
old.
a youthful 74. Come on. I bet he's out surfing. I bet he's still surfing.
In
Chewing some
Manhattan
gum.
Beach right
Playing
now.
if he's playing beach volleyball, if he's still out there playing beach volleyball in Manhattan Beach, we're winning the Super Bowl. Come on, let's go.
I mean, you got Geno Smith as your quarterback.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, look, I think
I said 9 wins, Momo.
He's better than anyone we've
10
had in a while.
No, 9. I said 9 wins.
Oh, I was going to say, are you nuts? I mean, look, this is how I phrased it to Raider fans.
We got the kid Aston Genty.
He's pretty good.
We got the running back.
He's pretty good. I would say
He's fast.
The way I would describe it, he kind of hides behind offensive linemen because he's small. Like,
I know,
he's
but
good. No,
but
he's good.
He's
good.
quick.
He's good. So what I would say
That's
is
what we say.
you have a competent coach.
Yes.
And, an average to
Some
above average
players.
quarterback.
Yeah.
And you have a good defense.
That's right.
And a good young running
Still
back.
got Max Crosby.
Right. So what I would say is there is a level of competence that was not there previously.
Has not been there in a while, yes.
Correct. So I think, 8 wins a good season.
I would be thrilled.
It's a good season.
8 wins in the West? Yeah.
I
mean, we're in the AFC West, man. It's kind of a tough division.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, we got the Chiefs, we got the Chargers, the Broncos are kind of good.
Right. I mean, listen, Cappy is now Raider Cap. I don't know if you know this, right?
What happened?
He went.
Oh wait, okay.
He decided to be Raider Cap this year.
Well, because he
Was
can't
there
be
a
a
reason?
Charger.
I don't even know if there's a reason to
He
that.
flipped on the Chargers.
Well, he's
obviously.
always been
But I thought he was jumping
yeah.
into the Rams
Yeah.
bandwagon. No?
Well, he says he's got 2 teams, right? He'll
Yeah.
root for the Rams. He'll root for the Raiders. The Raiders are his AFC team, is what he says.
All right.
He used to just be wherever Alex Van Pelt was, but Alex Van Pelt is with the Rams now. So, I mean, he's just going to be with the Rams.
Okay.
But, yeah, look, I think if you're the Raiders, you need to eventually find Geno's a good bridge quarterback.
Perfect.
Right? But I think you need to find the guy. You need the guy.
Yeah. Let me tell you what Raider fans have in spades. And Lindsay just told us this in the What You Need to Know.
Mm-hmm.
We have hope. We have hope all the time. We're always thinking that we can pull it out. We're always thinking it's going to be different this year. I don't know why we have this hope, but we do.
Yeah. No, I know.
That is a hallmark of a Raider fan.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I mean, we also like to paint our faces.
I know that, yeah.
We like to dress up.
Yeah.
Act tough.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I get it. I love the passion.
You like the brand?
I do like the brand.
It's a good brand.
I mean, but the brand has not been a winning brand for a long time.
Yeah, we got to turn that around.
Better be careful. The YouTube mongrels are coming after you now.
Oh, I know. Well, listen, they wanted me to talk football. Here we are. Careful what you wish for. Careful what you wish for, mongrels.
Oh, did you just look straight into the camera and talk to them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Careful what you wish for.
Did you point your finger? Did you wag your finger, George?
Careful what you wish for.
Oh, he took the glasses off.
Yeah.
He's getting serious over here.
Yeah.
Well, we need a name for what this is because it feels like an F at Friday, but it's not. It's Thursday.
Yeah, it's
so there's got to be something with a T Thursday.
Yeah, or TH.
TH stands for
Thirsty Thursday?
Oh, well, that's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm drinking.
I
Not alcohol, but
I had a venti
you had some matcha
over here.
Yeah. Look, on the flip side, I do think the Rams can actually get to the Super Bowl, unlike the
So
Raiders.
we should talk about a team that could actually get to the
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
I do think
I do
they
too.
can actually get to the Super Bowl. They're going to need.
Oh no! You want me to? Oh, I thought you were going to make me
see
look
Funchie.
at the mongrels.
No,
okay.
Funchie.
No, I am
Funchie.
excited.
Yeah, we're going to get to Funchie in a minute.
Funchie on the street is
he's
amazing.
at the anime convention.
I see his ear.
Yeah.
I see his ear, and he definitely shaved today.
I'm here.
This is up close and personal. There's a nostril and a chin.
You're only in the preview. That part's not live yet, but I wanted to make sure you guys didn't have the delay.
As he was setting up his shot. This is great. Okay.
He's on the line.
Let's go.
You guys are
I'm ready for
him.
Funchie on the street. I'm ready for it from the anime convention. You ready for it, George? You ready for Funchie?
Is he ready?
He's ready.
You ready? All right, let's go. Bring him up. Funchie.
Hey, guys.
What do you got?
What's going on? Hey, I'm at AnimeCon. Or is it AnimeCon?
Yeah,
I don't know.
anime.
So explain to us. Explain to us what you're seeing.
Oh, this is great.
Oh,
You got to watch this on the YouTube. It is fantastic.
Yeah, this is some kind of weird thing right here. Somebody's dressed up as Sabrina the Teenage Witch right here as well.
Don't call them weird, Funchie. They don't like that.
No, I know that. And let me tell you guys something. A lot of socially awkward people here today.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that.
So you fit right in.
Yeah, I feel right in. And also, I will tell you this. You know what? I'm going to tell you this when I get back to the station. What the true vibe is here. But
okay,
but what have you seen? What have you seen while you've been there? Because you've been there for a while. You've been there for well over an hour.
2 hours. I've been here for 2 hours.
And this is the first time you're dialing in?
Costumes. This is my first time dialing in. We did some interviews in the street for social media.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yes.
What's in your hand?
I interviewed.
Is that a
I got to show you this, guys.
Okay.
So this right here, this is called a Roku Mono, which is a Peanuts little action figure. And now, if you look at this,
Is it Snoopy?
Snoopy, yeah.
Yeah, Snoopy. Yeah, there's like a bunch of varieties I can get, and also there's a mystery one that is like 1 out of 46, and also 1 out of 96. So
it's like one of those things that you did. It's special, and you didn't know it existed 5 minutes ago. Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
But you want it
And I
because
wanted
it's special.
to open it right now for you guys.
Okay.
If I can open it somehow. Let's see. All right. Let's see.
Yeah, let's do it live on the air. Let's see what
They like
Snoopy's
to call
in there.
these blind bags in the toy world.
Oh, blind
Yeah, this
bag.
is,
He's struggling
a
with opening
mystery
this.
bag, as they say.
Is
Mystery
it like
bag.
a cup of noodles?
You
It
know
looks
what?
like a cup of noodles.
What is the line behind you? I see people like in line. What is that line for back there?
It's a video game, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Some kind of video, some kind of computer game that's about to come out.
There was somebody with purple hair just walked by him.
Here we go.
There we go. What do we got?
Funch,
Here we
I
go.
love
Here we
Snoopy.
go.
You know
Here we
that,
go.
right?
Snoopy's great.
There you go.
Oh.
Here we go.
Another thing to open.
Sorry, guys.
How many damn
It's
things?
making it feel special.
I know. Let me.
Funch,
Sorry,
just
guys.
drop it. Yeah.
I
you-
know.
you just-
Come on, I want to see it.
Oh my God!
It's a big reveal. What do we got? Is it Snoopy?
Look at that guy.
He's wearing a
it is
hat.
Snoopy.
What kind of Snoopy is that?
He has food. Yes.
Is it like Park Ranger
See, let
Snoopy?
me- Let's see. It is Space Traveler. I believe not Space Traveler. Eagle Scout.
Eagle Scout Snoopy.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that a good one?
Yes. It's a good one. It's a 1 out of 4 chance, which is basically out of 25% chance.
That
of
doesn't
getting
seem
it,
like a
so-
good one.
Yeah.
That seems like the one that
I
you
mean,
get
it was
and you're like mad about.
Well, then Dallas Mavericks have the same percentage of winning the lottery as well. 25%.
Okay.
Excellent
Okay,
throwback.
there's somebody who's dressed behind you. It looks like in a chicken outfit or something.
What is that
A
thing?
potato?
Yeah.
Is that a potato?
It's a chicken. I think it's a chicken
Can you
McNugget.
ask him? Oh yeah, can you ask
Oh,
him
yeah.
McNugget?
Yeah, let's talk to
some
that guy.
questions.
How you doing? Hey, what's your name, brother? What's the name? Quentin. What is this? A chicken McNugget? What is it? Potato. A potato.
Potato.
Okay,
I said
it's
potato.
It's a potato, guys.
Yeah.
It's a
Ask him.
potato,
Ask him
guys.
about the Snoopy. See if it's a good one.
That's too
Oh
late.
no!
He's
Let me.
gone.
I also got another mystery item as well.
Ooh, mystery
It's
item.
a cat. It's a cat.
Oh,
And I'm
perfect
excited
for
about
you.
These
it.
feel like something I could get on
Yes, I
Temu.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
Now Funchie's fitting in wearing his Speed Racer T-shirt
Yeah.
too.
Let me just show you where I got it from. Guys.
Oh, he's got jean shorts on. You got jorts on.
Yeah.
He's wearing jorts.
Oh, you just walked by a Star Wars guy.
I bought this. I know. I bought this
A
from all this,
stormtrooper.
these. Look at these vending machines. Look at these old school vending machines that used to be in front of the supermarket back in the day. Look at these.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where you got the T-shirt from?
No, this is where I got the.
Oh, the
this
Snoopy.
thing from.
Oh.
No, not the Snoopy, but this is a different thing. This
Oh.
is I don't know what this is.
Yeah. That girl behind you's pissed that you're in the way.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Do you think it's
I
like
think there's a lot of
like
people paying
something to
attention.
eat, or is it some other collectible that we don't know about?
I think it's a collectible. I
Okay.
can't open it right now, but can I open it back when I get back to the
Yeah, this is a good tease.
All right, Funchie.
It's
Get
too
over here.
much.
You're
It's
going to
too
be
much.
doing dealer's choice, okay? So get over here.
All right, cool. Do you want anything else from here?
I don't know. What else?
You wanna-
Is there
Bring me
anything else?
something my kids would like.
Look at these people. Look at these people.
Wait.
Look at these people.
You should talk to
Look
like
at
the
these people.
Pikachu or something.
Yeah, is there anything else
Well-
worth talking about?
Oh, Star Wars guy. Get
Stormtrooper.
the Stormtrooper. Is that what is that
Stormtrooper.
person
Yeah.
there? I'm just looking at people walking by.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Oh, you're
One of
gonna,
the
you're gonna
This is one of the craziest things here, though.
Okay, let's see that.
Okay.
Let's see this.
Oh,
Is that Godzilla?
Godzilla! Godzilla! Godzilla!
Oh, it looks like he's eating him.
He's gonna eat you, Funch. Yeah.
Is there someone in there?
It's like I'm Charles Barkley. It's like I'm Charles Barkley and this is Godzilla. We're playing basketball.
There you go. Funchie, excellent work. Get back here for dealer's choice so we can do the reveal.
Yeah, bring us stuff we can bring our kids and they'll think it's cool. Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank
Thanks.
See ya.
Thanks, Funch.
Funchie
That
at
was
the
good.
anime. He said he didn't want. Remember, he said he wanted to tell us more when he got here because he didn't want to. I feel like he doesn't want to insult the people.
That's
there.
right. Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah.
I don't know what he found in those limited edition collectible things, but I think they probably mean something to other people.
I think that Funch was just having the time of his life over there.
Yeah, I was also distracted by the jorts.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
I like that he put his head in the Godzilla.
He totally did. I did that.
He's so funny.
Oh, God. Beto sent us a screen grab. It's great. Oh, it's so good.
That's funny. So anyway, as we wait Funchie to get back, we still have about another 12 minutes here at Ramona in our commercial-free zone.
You do this every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listen to this part of the show.
Yeah. It usually goes by pretty fast.
I think so, too.
Yeah. Funchie in the middle as a breakup is kind of a good way to break it up. So they want us to talk football. They said they're tired of basketball. They've had enough basketball for 3 days.
Are you listening to Mongrels?
That's what they say.
You're getting show advice from the Mongrels.
Well, I'm just saying, like, every once in a while.
Let's give the people what they want.
Every once in a while, I like to give the mongrels a win.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
You know, it's like they're mongrels, so you need to feed them every once in a while.
Of course.
They do need to be fed.
Yeah, it's
It's
being
kinda
the
like
Knicks PR director.
Cappy, once in a while we give him a win.
Okay.
You know?
Right. So the mongrels will get it. They
Okay.
wanted some football. Going back to, we did the Raiders. The Rams, though, to me, when you look at them, I mean, they have all the makings of a team that can actually win the Super Bowl. And it's weird because I think what did we have them, DeAndre? I think they were like number 7 or 8, I guess.
Yeah.
To win the Super Bowl. The Niners, for whatever reason, have better odds to win the Super Bowl than them, which is kind of surprising because the Niners have lost a lot of players, and including Deebo Samuel, who's now with the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge Brock Purdy guy. Like, I think Brock Purdy was good when you had all the pieces around him and you weren't paying him a lot. But now that you're actually paying him like a star quarterback, I just don't know how that's going to work out.
I know. And you can't, like, when I look at the Niners, I feel like there's pressure on them now because
there
they're
is,
paying
because
him.
you're paying him, right? No doubt.
And it, like, I don't think he's the kind of guy who's going to like change his habits and play differently. Because
He's a
you
nice
paid him.
player.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if he's a $50-something million player.
Everybody, if you get paid as a quarterback, you kind of are.
I know.
The only guy who doesn't make $50 million who got paid as a quarterback is Geno Smith.
And Baker Mayfield.
Who would you rather have?
Would I rather have Baker Mayfield or
Geno Smith
or
and
Brock Purdy? If I had
Baker.
to rank them, I'd have Baker number 1 of that group, and he
Maybe,
makes
yeah.
the least of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd put Purdy 3rd.
Probably, yeah.
I think I'd have the other 2 because they make less.
Oh, you just made Raider fans feel so good.
I know, but like
We got a better quarterback than the Niners.
he might be. I like
Maybe.
Geno Smith. I think he's
He's
good.
all right.
He's okay.
He's all right.
But like but he's good enough to make what he makes, and then you can fill in around him.
Correct.
That's why the Niners have been good for a while. Is they weren't paying a star quarterback.
So the only
Once
caveat,
they got rid of Jimmy G, they were fine.
the only caveat though that could completely change the way I feel about that is that I do think Kyle Shanahan is awesome with quarterbacks,
Yeah.
and I don't think he's done being awesome with Brock Purdy. Like, maybe Brock Purdy has another gear because the guy he's playing for is so
Yeah.
good coaching that position.
Yeah. Well,
And that's what they need to bank on, because if it doesn't work out that way and they paid him like a star, then they're in deep crap for a couple of years.
how many years of that is he guaranteed?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, a decent amount.
It's
I would
usually
imagine.
2 or 3 years.
Yeah. It's a large percentage usually. Hold
Yeah.
on, I'll look for it.
I mean, the one way to get really bad in the NFL really quickly is to pay the wrong guy.
100 fully guaranteed out of the 265.
Sounds like 2 years.
Yeah.
Sounds
It's
about
182 guaranteed with 100 fully guaranteed at signing. So 182 guaranteed.
Ooh, okay.
Yikes.
That's like 3 years then. Yeah, that's a lot.
5 years.
I mean, look, they know their guy. They wouldn't have given him the money if they didn't.
Well, what was their other
believe in him.
option?
They didn't have any other options. You're only as good as your options,
Right.
to Lindsay's point.
Just like the Lakers are in that situation now, right?
With Jackson Hayes.
I don't.
And
hate
DeAndre Ayton.
I don't dislike the Jackson Hayes re-signing. He was good during
He's
the
fine
regular
during the regular season.
I know,
But it's not like super inspiring.
But there's going to be a lot that happens between now and then,
Right.
Like in terms of the
But
league.
you can understand why it's not super inspiring.
Yeah, but like he's a guy. You know him.
Hey, Ty Jerome was good in the regular season too.
Yeah, that's why he's in Memphis now. But like you don't want to be like you got him back on a minimum.
Yeah.
You know he's doing okay.
But back to Brock, like I think I'm stunned that the Niners are this, like, people are this high on them in the betting market.
Yeah.
It is one of those things that immediately, like, I was like, whoa, really? Because DeAndre will be the first to tell you his Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champions,
right.
that he didn't text during that Rams game
I did not.
until it was all over.
I sure did. I waited to
Yeah.
that final.
I know because they pushed him to the final play.
And he was sweating bullets.
Yeah.
Was.
Yeah.
And against the
Heart
Niners,
pounding.
no.
Oh. No.
So why are they so high in the betting?
I don't know. I would love to talk to like someone who knows gambling about that because I don't see it personally.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because the Rams kept all their defensive core. They kept all the young guys. The Niners lost a lot of talent on the defensive end, and also they lost Deebo Samuel. Right. That's a key weapon.
Right.
I mean, the
and
Niners
Ayuk is hurt to start the season.
Ayuk is hurt, so they only got real one weapon as far as a receiver in Jawan Jennings.
Yeah.
And George Kittle is back too.
He's getting old.
And Christian McCaffrey's not reliable. You can't rely on Christian McCaffrey to stay healthy.
Right. Now McCaffrey's also again another like wrinkle.
They need to load manage him. I wouldn't play him the first half of the year. like he can't stay healthy.
He's too small.
Active rest.
Active rest.
There you go. He's too small.
Yeah.
Like he's awesome, but he's small.
He gets hurt a lot. He just is. Injuries kind of beget more injuries too.
Yeah, the biggest predictor of future injury is past injury. Yeah.
I mean there's some guys who never get hurt. There's some guys who always get hurt. And I think he's just one of those guys.
Yeah. But look, if all things are clicking on all cylinders, they should be good.
Yeah.
But they need a lot of things to go right. Like the Rams in their case, you mentioned their defense. You know what their defense cost? Their entire defense cost last year? $24 million.
Wow.
The whole defense.
That's like half of Myles Garrett's yearly salary.
Right. So they did a really good job. Mr. F them picks.
Yeah.
Did a hell of a job drafting the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So,
and they grew him, they like Aaron Donald I think had put his imprint on them before he left.
Yeah, agreed.
I still see his workout videos.
It's pretty insane.
Remember
the ones
going.
he did with the knives?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're fake, but still.
Still, I mean, like that's
I'd be scared of a fake knife.
he still doesn't look like a guy who wants to be retired, but he had that chance, I guess.
No, but listen, I don't ever begrudge a football player retiring early. Never.
Yeah.
That sport is brutal. You're literally colliding in car crashes for a living.
Yeah, he got out while the getting was good.
Yeah.
Well,
and he made tons of money.
And that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
Won a title, that's it.
Yeah, I'm out. Remember this? He did it after they beat the Bengals. Yeah, so I just think, and then you got McVay, you got Stafford. As long as you keep Stafford upright, like he's good. Like he is still a guy to me that is probably like top 7 quarterback in the NFL. Still pretty damn good.
Would we go that high?
I would.
If his arms, his arm when in the playoffs, I was like, okay, his arm's fine. I mean, all year long we were kind of wondering where he was at.
You could argue he's like a 5, the 5th best.
Yeah. I mean, look, I know Mahomes had a down year, but I would still.
The Chiefs had a down year.
Oh, Mahomes
They weren't great during the regular season.
Mahomes,
we just love this Pepe drop.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, Josh Allen, Lamar. Those are kind of like your top 3. Burrow is probably in there. Then, after that, maybe Jaden Daniels, great rookie year.
Yeah, but
I got to see it one more time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I'd go Stafford over Hurts. I mean, overall.
Right, but you can start to make the argument for Stafford around 6 or 7.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah. So I that's just kind of the way I look at it.
I appreciate you buttering me up, George.
It wasn't you, Sean. I was getting to you next. Then. And then they got that guy.
And they have their gleaming new practice facility.
And here's what I'll say. Like, Sean, you talked about Kershaw earlier, right?
Yeah.
Like, we've seen him grow up. Like, we've kind of seen Sean grow up.
It's a good point.
Like, we've seen Sean come in as, like, the hotshot 30-year-old coach, youngest coach in the history of the sport. I think Lane might have been – they were around the same age.
Yeah, when Lane got the Raider
job. Yeah. But nonetheless, like, he went from, like, hotshot young coach, had – like super older coordinators around him to help him, then like shed those guys, started doing his own thing. They were like the innovative offense for a while.
Yeah.
And then they win the Super Bowl. He's going through these mental bouts, right? And he
almost retires.
And then overcomes the mental bout, has a child, right? Gets married, has a child. Like, we've literally seen Sean McVay grow up here.
Right, and he had a couple of years, like, I wouldn't call them down years, but for him,
they had
were
one
down.
really down year, the year after Super Bowl where everybody got hurt.
Yeah.
And he was clearly in a fog.
Yeah, and I think even the year after the building year, there was a sort of rebuild year.
Yeah, right.
I think he was good through that. He learned a lot through that. I think he learned that it's he always had the right material in him, though. Like the way he always makes it his fault, the way he always takes ownership of everything.
Yeah.
Everything is on him. He never
Yeah.
puts it on others. He had the right building blocks, but I think he's also learned, like what we talk about with JJ all the time, to stay a little more even keeled.
Yeah. And by the way, I like that JJ went to visit McVay
Yeah.
and Snead in the offseason.
It's good.
Just to like philosophize.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that
Is that a word? Philosophize?
I might-
I
maybe.
like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like this to cross pollinate. You like that?
Yeah.
Cross pollinate.
I use cross pollinate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of JJ and McVay. I see similarities in their makeup, but I think something JJ can learn from McVay is how to just kind of ride through a season without living and dying on each game. It's a long season.
Yeah, and last year kind of proved that,
Yeah.
right? They got hurt again at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
They could have absolutely tailspinned,
Yeah.
and they didn't. They fought their asses back in.
Exactly.
They got in, and then they gave the Super Bowl champions the biggest scare they had all season.
Yeah.
After, by the way, getting their ass kicked during the season by those guys at home.
And I think that's so Vegas likes the Niners over the Rams.
Yes.
What's the margin?
They're like one right above the other.
Okay.
Yeah. But not a ton more, but
That's
like
interesting.
But it is interesting.
I think it's a scary pick. I wouldn't.
The Niners seem more volatile to me.
Yeah, and also unproven when you lose a big weapon like that.
Yeah. And Debo's apparently looking great in camp right now with Washington.
Yeah.
Like in their OTA stuff. I mean, he's doing the OTAs. That says enough.
I know. He never did that here.
Right. He didn't want to do
Yeah.
them. Right.
Yeah.
And I just think I am genuinely curious. Look, people that I trust tell me Jaden Daniels the whole way through the process is the real deal. Okay. And I mean, Debo wanted to play with him, right? Guys want to play with him, so I think that's going to help. I mean, Washington, we were talking about brands, right?
Yeah.
Like that was also at one point a great brand in football and was completely tarnished for 20 some odd years.
Since when? I'm trying to think of when they were good before.
Before Snyder bought them.
No, I think it might have even been a longer drought than the Raiders.
Well, Joe Gibbs came back a second time, and they made the playoffs a bunch of times.
Yeah, that's right.
That's Clinton Portis was their running back.
Yeah.
And Sean Taylor, may he rest in peace, was arguably
they
the
had a
best
little
defensive
resurgence
player.
there for a minute.
Yeah. And then Shanahan went there.
And I think
that's
they've
where
gotten
McVay and all these guys came
Yeah.
from.
I think they also got a new stadium approved now, or they're
Yeah,
starting to build that.
Yeah, they're going back to the old RFK site, apparently. So anyway, I just think that it boils down to two things. Football, as complicated as it is, and it's very complicated, it's complex. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. I think if you have stable leadership and stable quarterback, you may have some fluctuations, but they're not going to be crazy volatile fluctuations in those scenarios. At least not regularly, barring injuries.
Yeah. My Raiders have had the same owner for a while.
Mark.
Yeah, that's stable.
Ish. He's trying.
Yeah.
I will give him credit.
Look, you know what I think the
I know
best
people
thing
think
he
I
does?
hate I don't hate the Raiders.
I don't think he meddles.
He
He
doesn't.
gets impatient, though.
Does he?
I feel like he does, doesn't he?
Is it him who makes the firings?
I mean, he would have kept
fired
Gruden
him?
had Gruden not
Yeah.
gotten embroiled in that controversy.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know that Gruden was the right guy. Gruden part two.
part two is tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I just mentioned Joe Gibbs. Like he
was okay.
made the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it wasn't like he got back to winning Super Bowls.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, but Mark's biggest thing was allowing Tom Brady to start taking over. I mean, that's really what's happened. The part with the Raiders that is kind of fascinating for me to watch just because of their history with Tom Brady, the tuck rule, right?
Yeah.
We're going to go back to that.
I mean, that's kind of tough. Like, you have to marry those things.
I know. I can't. It's still a part of me that doesn't sit right. But he was always the guy that was in their way in the AFC. And then, of course, there was that tuck rule game, et cetera. But now he is part of ownership.
Did you ever see the documentary of him and Charles Woodson watching the game together? Yeah. It's good.
I mean, it was a bad call. They changed the rule because of it. It's like probably how the people in New Orleans feel about that play against the Rams.
Brady had two rules. Remember the hitting the quarterback low when he got hurt in New England in like 04 or whatever it was, or maybe it was 07. 07, yeah.
I have no idea what year he is. He played forever.
Right. But it was, late 2000s he got hit. Might have been against the Chiefs.
It was early in the season.
Yeah, and then they lost him for the year. And then, what's his face? That that played at USC, got drafted in the 7th round, never actually really played. He was like a backup at USC. Then played for the Chiefs, too. God, big, tall quarterback. He's from the Valley.
I should know that. Then.
Oh, my God.
Ugh.
Oh, my gosh.
I could visualize
He's from
him.
the Valley.
Yes. Matt Castle.
Oh, yeah, Matt Castle.
Yes.
That's right.
He
Chatsworth
almost
High.
led them to the He almost led
Yeah.
them to the playoffs after
Okay.
Brady got hurt. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to see him, in the silver and black and all that. But it is also hard to understand how he can have that role and also be an announcer. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's. Oh, but then you play the music and it's all okay.
Then you're good. You're back.
I'm okay.
You're back. The autumn wind. The Raiders.
There it is.
All right, we're done.
That's all I need to hear.
That's
is
30
music.
minutes. Actually, we did 32 minutes,
See?
I believe, non-stop.
Yeah.
So there you go. I mean, it's easy with you.
I know. I talk a lot. That's never been a problem for me. It's like
You and
literally-
Cappy, it's easy.
It's literally like pushing the play button. Just go, Momo.
I'm
Just
a
keep
storyteller by nature.
Yeah. Just go. Keep talking. Okay.
All right, we have Big Deal or No Deal, and then Dealer's Choice is going to be Funchie back from the Anime Fest
Oh,
next.
my gosh.
Saturday. It's a showdown deep in the heart of Texas. LAFC invade Q2 Stadium for a Western Conference battle with Austin FC.
LAFC!
Can the black and gold grab all 3 points on the road? LAFC face off with Austin FC. Pre-match coverage starts Saturday at 5 p.m. On the home of the black and gold, 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, you feel it? The days are getting longer, the sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is here. And you know here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams, one thing really ties it all together. Enjoying an icy cold Coors Light with great friends. Pick up icy cold Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly and cheers with icy cold Coors Light.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
When it's game time, every play counts. So when it's time to choose your next vehicle, make the winning play at George Chevrolet. From the powerful work-ready Silverado to the family-sized Traverse and all-electric standouts like Blazer and Equinox EV, George Chevrolet has an incredible selection and a championship-caliber team ready to help you get the perfect Chevy at the best price. Visit them off the 91 Freeway, Lakewood Exit in Bellflower, or shop online at GeorgeChevy.com. That's GeorgeChevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And it is Sedano and Kap your Thursday afternoon, the 3rd of July. Tomorrow, July 4th. Back in 1970, Casey Kasem's Countdown Show, American Top 40, debuted on LA radio. Sedano will tell us the story of when he walked in on Casey in the bathroom years ago.
Oh, my God. Becky.
And tomorrow, July 4th, back in 1992, the number one hit, Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back.
I mean, her butt. It's just so...
Sedano and Kap continues your Thursday afternoon with Beto right now.
Come on now, Momo. There's your song.
Be wasted a round thing in your face. I'm not going to say all of these words.
Fun fact, Ramona
I
is
know
the
all
girl
these.
at the beginning of this song. You know how she does the Valley Girl?
Oh, that's right.
That's Ramona.
You know how to do the Valley Girl.
Oh my God, Becky. Look at her butt. It is so big. I'm not saying the next part. I know all the words.
One time Momo and DeMarco did a whole segment in her Valley Girl voice.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
Like, for sure, I can do the Valley Girl voice, like, all the time.
You literally grew up there.
I live there.
Yeah. And lived there, right? Yes.
I still live in the 818, baby. Come on. Don't hate on the Valley.
How was traffic on your way here, Ramona?
It was not so great, but, you know, if you live in the Valley, you're just kind of used to it. It's okay.
I remember
I was listening to Mason in Ireland.
What movie did I see one
sounded
time
Irish.
that the
I
guys
don't
were
know.
like, they'd moved to LA and they were
Uh-huh.
like, when we thought we were moving to the hills, we thought it was be Beverly Hills, not Granada Hills.
Oh, yeah. You can't afford Beverly Hills if you just moved to L.A. Come on now. You can't even afford Granada Hills now.
No, not these days.
Granada Hills
Yeah.
is like $1 million basis.
It's crazy.
Base house in Granada Hills,
It's
$1 million.
crazy. I know.
Don't hate on the Valley, man.
It's hot, though.
It is hot.
It is hot.
It's really hot.
I remember before I moved here, this is like early 2000s, I remember watching Entourage. And there was an episode where one
Yeah.
of Vinny's movies, I think it was Aquaman or whatever, was premiering. And they were going to go to different parts of the city to watch the movie. And they were going to the Valley. And Johnny Drama was like, the Valley? I got to hydrate, bro.
Yeah, you do.
I got to make sure I'm ready. And he was like in a tank top. He was like
Oh, yeah.
sweating. He's like a towel. He's like toweling down. And then there was like a power outage at the theater.
Oh, God.
It was hilarious.
Listen,
It's a funny episode.
power outage in the Valley in the summer
Is a real thing.
It's a real thing. It happened a couple times when I was pregnant. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
And
That
I remember
sounds like
Nevin.
hell.
Nevin called the air
Well, you
conditioning
get hot flashes
repairman.
enough when you're
yeah,
pregnant.
like
Yeah.
Nevin called the air conditioner repairman, and like when your power goes, that means everyone else's power is gone out.
There's nothing we can do,
or
buddy.
Everybody's air conditioner's broken right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And he was like, "Listen, my wife is 9 months pregnant. Just help me out, man. Help me out. Get over here. Can we cut the line?"
All right, Linz, give us a quick big deal or no deal because I want to hear Funch's dealer's choice
Okay.
at the anime
Real quick here.
convention.
So obviously it's tomorrow being 4th of July. Fireworks going to be going off everywhere.
Yeah.
And a lot of places are actually.
They've already started going off.
Oh, yeah.
I
I saw
know.
him during the day driving
Like
in
it
here.
hit July, and it was like.
Yeah.
So a lot of places are swapping out fireworks, like traditional fireworks, for drone shows, including
I like
the
it.
Rose Bowl in Pasadena.
Good.
They're also doing it in Marina Del Rey because in the past they said that a lot of the debris from the fireworks
see
was
that.
was getting into like the wildlife.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask you guys, in your opinion,
I've seen a good drone show, though.
yeah, is the drone show being replaced or replacing fireworks for you? Is that a big deal or no deal?
Huh.
I don't care. Like, fireworks are cool for like a few minutes. Like, I actually feel like they go on way too long. For me personally, like, I lose interest after a little while. I think kids love it, but I think kids, if they don't know the difference, would love a laser drone show, you know?
So tell me how you go to fireworks shows. Are you one of those people who like will buy a ticket to the Rose Bowl or the Hollywood Bowl and you'll like sit there and be on the whole, be there the whole time? Or are you like me where you just like drive around and look for a parking spot nearby and just kind of sit outside your car?
Wait, are you wait on the lawn at Disney for fireworks person?
Right. No, I'm not that person.
No.
I'm like, I can kind of see from here. Let's,
No,
know.
we've done like at Disney. What will happen? Like usually that's when we're about to leave because it's easy to leave at
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah,
so
you're
we'll
right.
like watch it as we're walking. We're probably way back in the back
Totally.
of the park, and then we're kind of seeing it as
Yeah.
we're walking out of the park. But yeah, my kids don't like care that much about that stuff.
Also, when my kids are kind of little and
Yeah.
it's like really loud for them. When they get older,
Right.
it's cooler.
Yeah.
But like when they're 2 and 3, they're kind of
Yeah.
first of all it's late.
Yeah.
I don't know. I go look for fireworks, but generally when you go to those places, if you get the closer you get, the worse traffic you're going to get stuck in.
Right.
The more you're going to be sitting around waiting forever.
Yeah.
And if you just kind of drive around,
You'll see it.
You'll see enough.
Yeah.
So I'm good with that.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about living in the marina, my
Yeah.
old apartment, because it was on like, it was pretty high up, and you could just like go on the roof and watch the fireworks because you can see them all in like the marina area in the little bay.
Yeah.
But I think the drone shows are really cool.
They're really cool.
I saw the drone show at Disney World like the first year they started doing it, and they do that now instead of the fireworks every night.
Yeah.
And it's insane. I don't know if they do it out here yet. I don't think they do. But the one in Disney World is crazy. It's nuts.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm I don't know. I like a good fireworks show. I'm into it. I go look for them wherever I am in the world. I've been in many different places on July 4th over the years. So like I always want to go. I don't feel like it's July 4th unless I've seen fireworks.
Right.
I get sad if I don't. Like I remember Jacob was like 1 month old one year because he was born June 8th.
Mm-hmm.
So like that July 4th was weird. I think I just stood in my backyard and I was like, I still got to see the fireworks.
Right.
I can't go anywhere. I was a little baby. I can't take him anywhere.
Yeah.
But I still had to see the fireworks. My best fireworks was in New York.
Oh, yeah.
That
On the
was
East
really
Coast,
fun.
they really go all out on
Yeah,
that stuff.
you go down to Battery Park, and I remember taking the subway down there. And it was also Fleet Week, so I saw a bunch of hot sailors. That was kind of fun.
Okay.
Yeah. And I watched the fireworks at Battery Park with a bunch of hot sailors. It was cool.
I think next year I'm going to do like an East Coast like corridor swing.
Yeah.
Go to New York, like
Yeah, it's cool.
DC.
Last year I was in Oregon visiting my family on July 4th.
Yeah.
They do like a parade every year. And it's kind of cool, like in town, and then there's just fireworks everywhere.
Yeah.
But it is kind of sketchy going like out in the middle of nowhere to go find fireworks, and like there's tons of forest fires all the time up in Oregon anyway. So you're like, oh god.
Yeah. All right, let's break here so we can get a dealer's choice. Funchie at Anime Fest, the convention. We'll get the real details. He didn't want to insult anybody while he was standing there with them. We'll have Funchie in next.
I'm here.
Don't miss Travis and DeMarco.
Live from LA Live. Back Monday morning at 9 a.m.
Yeah, it's a bad day for me.
Nah, you're good.
No, this is a bad day. This is punch people in the face day. Just really pissed off.
Somebody cut you off on the freeway? I have a feeling.
I am in next blank mode. The next M blank that says the wrong word. So I'm letting you know.
It's a warning to everybody?
I'm letting you know. Just be careful today.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
On 710 ESPN.
Cappy here to tell you about my great friends at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. I'm a huge fan for so many reasons. The safety, technology, versatility, reliability, and they're all about the Subaru Love Promise. The cars are spacious and sporty. You got to go see my boy Omar and his team at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They're focused on your needs, and they're the most knowledgeable people when it comes to getting you into the right Subaru. Ocean Subaru, 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, just off the 91 freeway. Go to OceanSubaruOC.com. That's OceanSubaruOC.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
Disney's Descendant Zombies Worlds Collide Tour. Live in concert. July 23rd at Crypto.com Arena. A one-of-a-kind live concert experience starring Kylie Cantrell, Freya Sky, Malia Baker, Malachi Barton, Dara Renee, Joshua Colley, and Makana Knife. Live on stage, singing all the hits from the movies. Tickets on sale now at DescendantZombiesLive.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom. Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text CAR to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful Fed incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text CAR to 42424. That's CAR to 42424.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
And it is Sedano and Kap. This 3rd of July, final segment. That's our final segment music. Everybody have a wonderful 4th of July weekend. Enjoy the food, the friends, the sports, the fireworks. Don't blow your hand off, please. Beto's got his dealer's choice real deal. Thanks to our friends at Sellers Advantage in just a moment. Final segment right now. We'll see you back Monday at 3 p.m. Of course, tomorrow, ESPN Radio takes care of the day. Final segment, your Thursday afternoon right now.
Oh, yeah. Final segment. Momo, thank you so much.
It's Hollywood night.
Funchie's back from, what was it called? Anime what?
AnimeExpo.
AnimeExpo.
Every year at this time.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm here. You're here?
Yes.
All right, so tell us the real stuff you didn't want to say while they were all around you.
Let's just say me and Jonathan, one of the kids in the back.
Yeah.
What's going on with this microphone?
I know it's a little broken. I've been using that too.
Michael
No,
probably.
it's all messed up.
Michael takes it on and off is the problem. What
is he doing? Yeah,
He has his
puts
own microphone. Oh, God.
Mic on. I know.
Yeah.
It's flaccid.
Look at me.
It's yeah.
Go ahead.
So me and Jonathan walked down one of the halls and stuff. One of the hallways.
Yeah.
We smelled nothing but BO.
Oh, yeah.
BO.
Oh, my
Strong
God.
smell of BO.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you know, people are wearing those costumes and stuff
Yes.
like that and sweating all day. It's like 90 degrees
Totally.
outside, like the
Yeah,
hottest
it's hot
week. in
today.
this-
Oh, that's
It is hot
funky.
today.
Yeah, so I didn't want to say that in front of people, but yes, lots of BO.
Oh,
Lots of
man.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, lots
Was
of
that
BO.
the low light?
The low light, yes, and also like just people like we're trying to do videos and interview people and stuff like that, and just people just walking through the video because they're on their phones.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, some people don't care. One person didn't care because yeah, she looked at us and just still walked through it, and she
Yeah.
was dressed as a witch. So which I just
Well, there you
said-
go.
Yeah, I said she was Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Yeah,
Well, it's
Yeah.
also, kind of on brand.
yeah,
Witches aren't nice.
yeah.
I think there's good witches.
Are there?
Well, isn't
Glenda?
there? Isn't, yeah, I was
Are
gonna
you a
say
good
the
witch
in
or a
Wicked,
bad witch?
Wicked,
Yes, that's fair.
Wicked, right? Is that Ariana Grande?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And
So what
there's
other observations did you
other
make?
observations? You know, people had anime stuff, but they also had like regular stuff. Like we saw Michael Myers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we saw Michael Myers. We saw a stormtrooper. You guys saw.
So
a
this is
stormtrooper.
kind of like Halloween
yeah,
in July.
Yeah, it really is. And also Jonathan back there, he interviewed or just came up, saw a guy that was dressed up as Good Burger. Remember that movie Good Burger?
yeah. Good
Hey,
Burger.
welcome Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Take
Did
your
they like
order.
your shirt?
And what's that?
Did they like your shirt?
You know what? I had to ask people like, "Hey, does this mean I'm old or stuff?" And some people didn't know what it was.
Damn.
Yeah, like the younger
You
people.
are old.
I am. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's really old.
You're not old. You're just old compared to them.
Yeah. And then also a lot of guys, we were trying to interview people in like during mask and stuff, and they were just like, "Hello, how you doing?" You know, "Yeah, we're enjoying ourselves today." Just like what? What?
Yeah. So overall, how would you rate this experience compared to other Funchies on the street?
This was one of my favorite ones, and I
Okay.
wish I kind of dressed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you would have fit in better.
Yeah, you know, I had an Elvis costume at home. I could have dressed up as Elvis.
Yeah, that would have vibed.
Yeah.
Elvis.
I mean, everyone's just dressed up as whatever they wanted to be.
I
So.
love that you just have an Elvis closet
Well,
costume at home.
I
yeah.
like to celebrate Halloween. Momo.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But are you always Elvis?
No, I also have a George Washington costume too.
Oh
That
my
would've been
gosh! You can wear Ramona's.
with the white hair and everything, the curls and everything.
Oh yeah, you could rock
Ramona,
that.
you could wear it. He could wear it when you wore your Mikhail Gorbachev costume.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. He could have been George
I
Washington. He could
know.
have been
Yeah,
Mikhail Gorbachev.
I had Gorbachev and George Herbert Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Also, one of the highlights I got I went through like some kind of machine and I got some cats. Look at cat.
More cats.
Yeah, like cat.
Are you gonna give?
That's what
now,
was in
does
there?
your cat like toys?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
Does not have toys. What
Is
the
it
hell?
worth less if you open this?
No, it's
Okay.
not. But you know, it looks like my cat. Well, it looks like my cat.
Let me see.
Oh.
It looks like your actual cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Is it
Mom.
like
Let me
a,
get
is
my,
it
get
like
my
a
phone.
cat ring?
Do you do
I think it's a
cat cow?
ring.
Do you do cat cow with your cat?
Yeah, look at this.
I think it's a ring. Is it a ring?
It might be.
That looks like my cat too.
That's my cat, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Momo, aren't you a cat person too?
Yeah, my cat is so old.
Yeah.
She's hanging in there. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's like 20 years old.
Oh my God, really?
I have a black and white cat, a tuxedo cat.
Oh my
And her name
God.
is Beans. And when we got her, she was 23 pounds. We adopted the fattest cat we could find.
Yeah.
And we had to put her on a special diet.
Right.
And we've just taken like the greatest care of her, and
That's
she's
nice.
such a spirit. Like, oh my God, she's just.
Oh my God.
We thought we were gonna lose her like about a month ago.
Oh.
And then she just had a rebound.
Okay, good.
We took her to the vet. It was like, oh, is it that time?
Yeah.
And then we just tried some new things, and they worked. And now she's kind of back at it. But she tore her Achilles like 10 years ago.
Wait a second. Take her to the O'Malley.
Yeah, no, she.
Is there a cat O'Malley?
She tore her.
The guy
Achilles.
that Halliburton
No,
and
we didn't
Tatum
even
went
get
to?
it fixed. You know what they said? Because they have their claws on, right?
Yeah.
So she was so old back then. They were like, look, she's kind of an older cat. Like if you do the surgery, it's only like 50% success rate.
Yeah.
She might tear it again. So just like she might just learn how to walk like that. So we got her like painkillers, and she just has like one floppy leg.
Oh,
So
But she's
she's
fine.
on like cat opioids?
I mean, no, at the time it hurt. I mean, they gave her some pain meds, I guess.
And then it just goes away?
And no, they heals up, and they just have like a
She's
floppy
on,
leg.
she's on painkillers like Brett Favre, huh?
Yeah, she got like a drop. She kind of got like like a drop foot or something.
Yeah,
kinda.
yeah.
But she's
my
okay. She's getting around. She's still
All right.
look. Every time I come home, she's like a cat dog. She like runs to the door.
Oh, wow.
She's like, hi, mommy. Ooh, feed me.
Yeah.
Feed me. I don't think she can hear anything.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna have some work done at our house, and Nevin was like, is she gonna be okay with the noise? I'm like, I don't think she can. She's heard anything in
Yeah.
5
She
years.
could probably see still.
Yeah,
barely.
a little bit.
Yeah.
She still eats though.
What
like
I
a
do,
lot.
she still eats. I put food in front of her. She
Is she
eats
fat
it.
again?
No, she's been losing weight because
Okay,
she
good.
got some lymphoma or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
like that.
that's not good.
Yeah, it's a wasting disease.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so
Funchie,
she's-
what's in your other blind bag?
What's that?
What's in your other blind
other
bag?
blind
Oh no,
bag.
that was it. The cat.
The cat.
The cat.
Oh,
That was
okay,
it. That was it. And
Do you
then
do cat-cow with your cat?
no,
You should.
no.
Dude, that could be like a cool YouTube, like Funchie doing cat-cow
Yeah.
You know what's so funny?
yoga with his cat.
My dog does cat cow.
They have dog
My
yoga.
dog does cat cow.
Oh, your dog does
yeah,
cat-cow.
he does.
Yeah.
He stretches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dogs do a little yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they
Doggy
do.
yoga.
I did yoga this morning.
Yeah.
I go to the hot yoga.
Yeah.
It was way too crowded. It was like hot and crowded.
Right.
And
well,
then
yeah,
you're just
it's like a holiday basically today.
Yeah, and you basically like you're in there and you're like, oh god, I don't want to like work next to the sweaty guy.
Yeah.
And I ended up next to the sweaty guy with a
Yeah,
beard.
that was me.
I was like, oh
Yeah, that was me at
God.
the expo right now.
Oh, sweaty guy
Right,
with a
that's
beard.
what Funchie
That
dealt
was
with
me at
that
the expo.
anime
right now.
fest or
Yeah.
whatever.
But I don't
Sweaty
think he
people.
smelled. He was just sweaty, and I had to just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you'd run up and down for like 36 minutes in an NBA game?
No, it's hot yoga, so you're gonna sweat.
Yeah.
Like it was gross. Like,
Yeah.
but it was, that's kind of the point.
Some of
of
those
it.
guys across the street were doing like 52 minutes in an NBA game.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Going
And,
overtime.
but there's something grosser. There's something so gross about like old bo. Oh my god. Like
Yeah.
bo on like layered
it's,
bo.
it's so funny because you walk down one hall, you can't smell anything, but you walk
Yeah.
down another one, is just like
whoa, man.
woo. Yes.
All right,
That
with
lingers.
that, Funchie, that Dealer's Choice is brought to you by Seller's
There you go.
Advantage. Want to sell your house? Before you call an agent, call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer or visit sellersadvantage.com, DRE number 01961658.
There you go. All right, we're done here.
Yeah.
Momo, thank you for hanging
You're
out today.
welcome.
Yeah.
Is it
Even
like
though
a-
Chris said it was better all day.
Is it a light lift when I'm here?
Oh, yeah, it's always a light lift. Yeah. Funchie, thank you for your Funchie on the street today.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent work. DeAndre, Lindsay, Jonathan, and the entire crew back there, thank you so much. The COT and the Mongrels. Christopher, no